Man, don't even have to eat the turkey yet to get sleepy.
Well, I have to wait for the turkey. The turkey will come.
My mine, I think is mine cooking yet? I don't know.
Well, well, I have no idea. I can't answer that question. Like,
Well, apparently me either. Anyways, this is Magic the Gathering Legendary Cube.
yeah, the cube. This cube's actually sticking around for quite a while,
Yeah,
apparently.
till the 8th, I
Yeah,
believe.
so 2 more weeks.
Yeah, they want you to play their dumb legends.
Well, look, not gonna lie, this cube's pretty decent. It's
It's
something
okay.
different. It's something
It's
different.
different. It's different. I will agree with that.
Look, you know how much that uniqueness buys points with me. Also,
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt that one of the best drafts I've ever had was in this cube. So
that also, yeah, that does help.
it's like a point in its favor. Like kind of like Modern Masters 2 is probably like whatever, but it had one of the best.
That is true. It had Ulamog's Crushers. How many Crushers were there actually? Was it
It was
8?
it was 6 and a Kozilek. That was how many there were in that one.
That's 8 to me.
The
8
Kozileks.
easy.
Yeah.
So what would you like to see out of this draft pool other than good cards?
I have no idea. I literally
I
don't.
I have one desire. I would like to play at least 2 Honden.
I I'd like to do that too. I would like to have the like that one time I tried it and just got one Honden was pretty lame.
Yeah, I guess you feel all right if it's like Honden of the Sanguines, because that's like an effect I'd play 5 mana for anyways.
Yeah, that's a Howling Mine.
Oh, it's for you only
Well,
though.
I'm sorry. Not
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry. It's a Phyrexian arena without the life loss. There we go.
yeah.
But
Or a free JM Day tome.
hmm.
There are many ways to describe this effect. Knight's Reach sometimes does things, and then sometimes just gets your opponent to pitch their floodlands.
In I think in this format, Knight's Reach does work.
Yeah, I believe so too. But they all are like iffy except the white one, which is always bad. They're all iffy until you get like 2 of them, and then they start being like real.
I've played the blue one in a deck with no other Hondens.
Oh, I would too, but
Like I, I
like
I remember specifically building like crappy elder decks that played that Honden for card draw.
but
So
have you what like let's think of Honden of Infinite Rage. Like you pay 3 mana, you get a ping every turn, right?
okay, so you're paying 1 mana up on your curse to let it target.
Yeah. And then suddenly like you play your second Honden, and then like you're getting a shock every turn,
Mm-hmm.
which can kill creatures, so there are not many in this format, and kill your opponent. And then you have 3 every turn, and it's a bolt, and you're like drawing 3 cards, and your opponent is discarding 3 cards, or you're getting 3 1/1s, or you're gaining 6 life, I guess.
Look, there's a lot to recommend when you have all Hondens.
Oh, when you have all of them, then you
you,
assemble
you,
Exodia, and
basically, I think the opponent's just dead. I guess you could mill yourself. That would suck.
you could build your. That is more reasonable. That the life gain would be meaningless because you would draw your deck
You would
and
try your deck
lose.
and lose. Yeah.
I mean, you are getting 5 power and toughness every turn that you, at that point, probably should just send every turn.
And also a lava axe.
Yeah, and a lava axe every turn. So maybe you don't lose before you mill, but you might.
Maybe
You could possibly lose.
they're
Also,
all.
you can tap them for mana with the paddle.
I can't believe the freaking paddle. All right, so where are we starting? Well, we have Heroes Downfall, which is like the
That's that's like the first pick of this format.
Pernicious Deed, which is also like
A
strong.
first pick in this format. There's a Myojin. This one is of the Cleansing Fire, so it's a Wrath.
Yeah, that's removal as well.
It's an 8 mana 4/6.
Uh huh. Uh
It
huh.
is indestructible until you use its Wrath. Uh, there is Minamo. There's Tomorrow. There's the worst land in Magic. Wait, Scrap. Is that Scrap what I think it is? Is that Shatter that cycles?
Yeah, that'd be Shatter that cycles. Nice
Uh,
card.
it's a fine card, but uh,
So, okay, so we got a number of like cards that stick out to me, like these ones right here, basically.
I really like Siege Gang Commander, but
Yeah.
I think Pernicious Steed is probably stronger.
Hmm. Sort of, yeah, but also like this is a. Hmm. You
Like,
know what? I'm gonna go with the CJ Commander. I'm gonna go
Siege
with
Gang.
cards I can cast early and then work from there. All right, what do you actually do? I think this elemental doesn't function as well because it's just a 3 mana 3/3 with text, but like you can't. It doesn't get bigger.
Yeah, because you don't cast it from the command zone, right?
Yeah, kind of want to steal that Savannah. Kind of want to.
I just pick land early and often, like that, or like Arcane Sanctum.
Yeah. Because I
I
could
guess there's also
also Lucanos.
Polukranos,
Yeah,
which is a card you can cast early.
that's what I was sitting there thinking too. Was the okay? Also, you see at the bottom it says X can't be 0 on all these abilities. That's not printed on the actual card, so the text on the printed card is not that small.
Uh,
Polukranos is pretty dang real, and that would put us in Gruul.
there is also a real ass Wrath in this pack. I don't like the fake ones this format has in it. Kagimara First
Kagomara
Discover
first
is
to
a real
suffer.
ass Wrath. Can also just kill your opponent with power and toughness. He's a flexible dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Lander Polukranos.
Polukranos.
We be Gruul.
We be Gruul today.
Gruul 4 drops. That's how we do. 4 drop is early in this format.
Yeah, we'll probably pick up a third color to be entirely honest. Wow, Hirobi Death's Whale is actually in here. All right,
Hirobi's Death's Whale. That's
this is a
interesting.
Honden.
Which Honden?
Not a good one. That's why
My For some reason my pack takes like 5 seconds to load after you start talking about it.
what the heck? It's Cleansing Fire.
I see it now. Yeah, it's right by Whole Breach. Oh, Hirobi's Death Whale is not good. There is like Temple. There's Vertiloth.
Or Rorix.
And there is Rorix the Bladewing, who is like he used to be really, really cool. I mean, I guess he still is.
I think Rorix is still cool.
Yeah, he's very plain, is what I mean.
Yeah. I'm going with the Gruul aggression here. That's what I'm being like
Yeah.
shown, and that's what I'm going to build up. Here we've got like a couple, not a ton in the. I guess we have Rorix's buddy Silvos, Rogue Elemental.
Okay, it took 5 or 6 seconds for that to load in. Yeah, Silvos Rogue Elemental is a fine guy. There's Kaz,
Yeah,
and
that's
then there's
Kaz.
Wayfarer's Bobble. That was like
Or even like Simic or Growth Chamber, and then like
yeah, Keru.
A Keru that like blue might be a third color.
Depends how you're feeling here.
Well, I don't know. Like I don't know if Silvos is something I guess I am excited by Silvos, but I don't know how. Like if I want to do that over like Simic Growth Chamber, or like if I want a third color. I probably want a third color to be honest.
We probably do. I have no idea the correct pick to make.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Growth Chamber, and maybe blue shows a oh. What if I have? Oh God, Xenagos versus Sword of the Chosen.
Hmm.
I think we've been shown that Sword of the Chosen just does work.
Sword of the Chosen is really cool. I think it's better. Honor Warren. Nobody respects Honor
Honor
Warren
Warren
Shaku
Shaku.
except us.
Right.
I guess there's also, Xenagos.
Xenagos, right. I more likely Xenagos comes back around than Sword.
Yeah, well, Sword, like, we're biased, but
I know.
I don't know.
I'm biased
Basically,
about
I don't
Sword.
think we can't. Well, I mean, we're biased, and then I was about to say probably shouldn't be in the pack still. I mean, looking at the
4
I
cards
don't know.
down. Yeah, I don't know if that should be.
I really like Sword of the Chosen. Okay,
Look, pump any
big game
creature.
hunter.
Misium Mortars.
That's a real ass. That's a flame strike, not a
Yeah.
wrath. Um,
Also like grasslands or like.
Look at that freaking vicious shadows. I love that card for being
Hey,
so aggressively bad.
I have again Elder. I've seen that card exceed in.
Yeah, that there's a lot of cards that exceed an Elder, like Elbrus the Binding
You
Blade
play.
over there,
Always laughing my head off because the back of Elbrus has a black pip, so you can only play it in black decks, which is
which
funny.
is silly. Yeah.
Toxic Deluge is
Whereas
also like something I could pick too, yeah. But Mizzy
that is also a
Mortars,
real wrath.
Mizzy Mortars
There's
is
two
fun.
real wraths in this pack,
Yeah, and a couple other, and an Achroma Angel of Wrath.
and a bad fetch that's still good because of Titania.
The Murder King.
There is the Murder King.
hmm
I guess if we were aggression, there is Miri, who is like a fine creature,
Yeah,
but Savage Lands is safer.
yeah. I like picking up fixing still, even if I'm in like, even if I am in some sort of aggressive deck, I still want to be able to cast my damn cards.
Yeah.
So, hammer at the Murder King.
I
Brainstorm.
remember Murder King being played in some decks as just a way to get a card back into your hand so you could discard it again.
I remember the goats deck.
Yeah, goats. Yeah, you could play him with Post. That's pretty cool.
Huh.
There's a Carnarium for color we're not in yet, and then
Yeah.
there's an Ascendancy for colors we are in yet, I guess. Um,
Then there's Commander Isha for colors we're not in yet.
and Niv Mizzet for colors we're sort of in yet. And then
I'm
there's
gonna.
some sort of bees as like a bad card, but
Yeah.
not bad because it's Lion Cycles.
I'm gonna pick up the Carnarium again here because I'm even like off color. I'm still fine playing the bounce lands because they let us do some pretty good stuff. Wow, Miojin's still hanging around here. That's nifty. Also,
Um, are we picking up Ming
Ho
Hao, Barbarian
Barbarian
King,
King.
or Mystic Gate, or Scrap?
I don't think it's Scrap Pithing Needle.
Python Needle is the sideboardist card. Near them or Mung Hao.
How good is he?
He's a Dirkwood Boros that sometimes gives some of your creatures +1/+1.
Not what I'm interested in this format. Did you know white is open and I should have just taken the Mioshin?
I really don't like the Myojin, but I like Yosei the Morningstar.
Well, that's why I say
So
white is open. I also could. I guess I could take Kuresh Onaki as ancient, but
he's a cool guy. Also, Dismantling Blow is secretly a crazy good card.
yeah, I'm gonna steal this dragon and then maybe see what comes of it.
Oh, we should have picked Scion of the Ur Dragon. Look at these guys in our deck.
Ha!
Uh,
Vertaloth, because I'm really not
Teferi.
casting. Like, I'm not casting Teferi on
Pick Vertaloth then. We might end up big ramp.
Kaz.
We won't, but we might. What's going on with Kaz?
I just.
Oh,
You're-
right, yeah, Kazul Tired of the Cliffs. Yeah. I missed that entire pack. Honorworn Shaku came back and we're not picking it. I'm so sad.
Yeah. Elbrus the Binding Blade.
We might play that. Whoa, maybe we are in white.
Jared Leon Titan. Okay,
So
well.
the theme of our deck is triple color. Also, we're probably not green, come to think.
I know. Trying to figure that one out. I don't know what we are yet.
What are we? Who are we?
I don't know.
Bizarro. I love you, Bizarro.
I'm
Jerry,
helping.
lead in Titan.
I'm helping. Bizarro. Okay, so pack 2, we've got Search for Tomorrow, Below the Cut. We've got above the cut, like Sacred Foundry, Reflecting Pool, Zergo.
Oh, are we Zergo?
Are we
There's Phage to
Zergo?
be unplayable. There's
Phage the unplayable. There's Kervek the less unplayable.
Carvek, the other 7-drop. Um, there's Muzio who does something.
Uh, okay,
He's fine.
okay.
So do we just like keep picking lands, or do we like pick Carvek or search for tomorrow?
I'm interested in playing Kervek.
Let's pick Carvek then.
Like, I also am sort of interested in Zergo as like being the one drop.
Yeah, like one of the 1/1 drops.
Yeah,
There's
like
two.
yeah, like
No, there's
well,
three. Where's Riss?
I'm gonna trust in Zergo again. Let's. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah,
Zergo.
nobody respects Carvek.
Who do I want? Do I want like Godo? Do I or like
Mm. We did just pick up Elbrus
what's
the
the
Binding
Binding
Blade.
Blade? We did.
Um,
I could
It'd be
also
like either him or Yasova.
yeah, Yasova Dragon Claw is fine.
Austere Command as a Wrath.
Wrath.
A Bloodstained Mire as fixing. Primeval Bounty as secretly a great card.
Fetches exist in here too, so you know.
There's like Bad River and Bloodstained Mire. But Godo.
Vendilion Click as a card.
Yeah, Vendilion Click as Vendilion Click.
Yeah.
Black Market as another silly EDH card.
I'm willing to pick up Godo and then find
We'll find like Hero's Blade too, just in case we draw the Elbrus or something.
yeah.
This Niv Mizzet is actually worse than the other one, Pokecabin. Because you can't infinite with this one.
Teamer Battle Rage, Lysolda Blood Witch. There's the Disciple of Iroas. Do I just want to build that deck again? Like, is that what I'm being told?
The Double Strike is pretty cool. The Double Strike is pretty cool. Do
This
we
could...
just do that again? Ah.
I don't care that I've already done it. This seems too good to, like... I don't care that I've already done it.
Let's do it again. Let's do the Time Warp again.
Yeah. Like, the other card in here I'm sort of interested in is Lysolda.
See, I would be interested in Timur Battle
Timur-
Rage if we didn't have Klima. We have, like... Oh, man, I'm sad we didn't pick up Sylvos now, because that's, like, the best creature in the world to put Battle Rage on.
Rorix is pretty good, too.
Yeah, we're probably not green. Who cares?
Who cares?
We're playing
We'll figure this out.
6 power for 4 mana.
We'll figure this out. Anafenza. Ooh, Fiery Confluence.
Oh, that's a good card. All the
Ooh.
confluences are great.
Also, just Gruul Signet.
Gruul Signet. There. I'm not even going to mention the card.
Gruul Signet. Gruul Signet.
There's Laiwan, who does not affect us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sweet. Bounce all our blue cards.
There's the Better Miri card.
Yeah, I'm liking having this giant. Oh God, with the maul.
Tenzagoto's Maul Might Wheel.
But
I
think
cannot
how
really
good this
see it.
is. Like
That is pretty good when it works.
well, we have all these red legends.
Do you want to pick it?
Yeah,
then?
I'm picking it. Yeah,
Pick it.
I had to,
Yeah.
I had
Now
to,
Goto can never miss because he has both his Maul and Elbrus the Binding Blade.
yeah. Ooh. Okay. This is what I wanted. So the reason I wanted the other card was because I wanted a 6 damage, like I wanted a Lava Axe, and this is
Here's a Lava Axe.
Here's a Lava
yeah.
Axe.
We're not going to try to play Doran, sadly.
No.
Everybody say hi to Toshiro Umezawa, who is here in place of his Jite.
He's got to clean it. He's got to clean the blood off it.
And also Wear and Tear, a real ass card.
Yeah, even more so in this.
And where we could actually entwine it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we could cast, like we could already cast Whole Breach. Maybe we could cast Whole Breach again with 3 mana at
Fire
instant speed.
fires would be fine too. So the other cool thing about having Pia and Kieran is that we can just chuck like our pieces of equipment for damage.
That's true. It's we could, if the Binding Blade doesn't work, the Binding Blade can still do work. Outpost Siege,
Or
Grave
Reese?
Cairns.
Reese the Redeemed?
Or there is also Reese the Redeemed. There's also Wretched Confluence and Johu Dun, the One
Yeah.
Eye.
I'm trying to figure out what colors I'm actually gonna be.
Yeah, I keep thinking of black, but we have like no reason to be black.
I was gonna say you keep mentioning all the black cards, and we don't even have a black card. So
Yeah, that Rakdos Carnarium keeps making me thirsty. Yeah, Riss or Outpost Siege are both good. Reese to do something to do early on.
yeah,
We might actually activate his second ability at some point.
Reese gives us something early, and it also works if we're playing green or white.
Uh-huh. You could search for Rorix.
I could just pick God's Willing.
God's Willing or Chomano, Revolutionary.
I'm kind of thinking that God's Willing as the trick.
We can have the one trick in the world.
Yeah, likely not green. Honestly, my white seems better to me specifically because of her. She's pretty dang good.
Also, look at that Altar's Reap in this pack.
Sorcery.
Yeah, that's sorcery. That is a tree unicorn. Somebody gave that unicorn the Utopia vow.
Hey. Also, hey.
Whoa, can we play Jaya Ballard?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we find Squeak?
When I was, so I play. Oh yeah, God, can we find Squeak? So I've mentioned it before that I played a lot of Time Spiral. I have like 4 promo copies of Jaya because they kept handing them out because they had too many of them. Because the foil promo of Jaya Ballard Taskmate is really easy to find because
it's in everything.
I think they overproduced the promo of it, so they just threw them out. And it's a really great card that I like a lot. Sometimes she murders herself to flame strike everything.
So here's some more sacrifice creature to draw some cards.
Yeah, or is it Reflecting Pool?
I've already got the Reflecting Fool selected for a reason.
Reflecting Fool.
Reflecting Fool. So let me just do this right now. Let's say that this is what we're doing. And it might actually be like that green is still playable in here, depending on what shows up for it, because like our white can easily turn into green.
That's the Reflecting Pool does make a lot of sense because we have both triple white and triple red in our
yeah.
Yeah.
Yasova versus Sidar.
I think Sidar because we're not
basically
green.
basically that.
Also, redo my Wizard Eyes. I think me hosting the call has got problems. I'm actually gonna when the next pack starts, we'll do it when we have the time.
Teamer Battle Rage came back around.
We might give our double striker double strike.
Look, we might give Rorix. Did that help at all?
We might. My Wizard Eyes have completely stopped. Just tell me when the next pack starts, and we'll have you host the call.
Okay. Anafenza or Pure and Simple. Anafenza's strong if our fixing comes around.
Yeah, I don't think we can. We could cast Simple, but we don't want to.
Right.
The question would be, could we cast Pure or not?
We could. Also, we get Fires of Yavimaya Outpost Siege table. Sweet.
Oh, now Outpost. Now my Wizard Eyes are working much better now. We might actually play Zirian of the Claw. What the hell?
Maybe Zirian of the Claw's big problem is being absolute garbage.
Yeah, it's a 5 mana 3/4, but we might get another dragon we might want to play.
And
And it,
have you read the text though, where it says exile,
yeah,
exile,
and Yosei has to die,
exile?
but so basically it tutors for a lava axe is what you're saying.
I think I'd rather play any other creature.
Okay, I would play Zilran the Claw with Nicol Bolas.
Yeah, sure. If I had a bolt, if I had something like that, yeah. But we don't. Also, so we have below the cut is actually an important card.
Yeah, Soul's Fire, the Hadouken.
Yeah.
Do we just want that, or do we want to pick a Chroma's Memorial again because nobody respects that card?
Hmm. I kind of like having the Soul's Fire. Having just fire the Hadouken at our opponent's head and remove them from the game. Like, that seems good to do.
I was like Rorix, or maybe Elbrus, the Binding Blade Philipped.
I mean, Sword of the Chosen helps there too.
Yeah, sort of the Chosen doing work. What else is in here? Faithless Looting,
Condemn. Mm,
Condemn, Ayumi, the Last Visitor.
yeah. Hana, Ship's Navigator. Not really. That's a
Yeah,
card.
not for us.
Yeah. Let's get.
I mean, she's a fine card, and she has Therese Nielsen art, but
Soulsfire isn't even a fling, so there's that. Brian Stoutarm.
that actually is a fling.
That actually is a fling, and looking through the pack is looking fairly good.
Krovak's Ascended Hero actually shrinks some of our creatures.
Actually a decent number of them.
Yeah. And for the same reasons, Konda's banner isn't as good, but Brian's stud arm interacts favorably with Riss.
Also, like, Konda's banner, we already have 2 pieces of equipment for Godo, so,
Yeah.
that's okay. And Brian Stoutarm is huge, so.
Yeah, he's a 4 mana 4/4 with lifelink, which if you stopped reading the guy right there, it would be fine. My one sadness about him is he can't throw himself.
I I find it hilarious that the wording on Brian Stoutarm is sacrifice a creature other than Brian Stoutarm rather than sacrifice another creature.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think it was old writing that they kept because it still technically works. I don't
Yeah.
know. Also, yeah, that's good diabolic tutor art.
Yeah. Hey.
It's got that greasy looking guy.
Hey, Skeleton's got some secrets for you. Hey, Skeleton.
We learn from the knowledge skull, teacher skull.
So I've got a hard question for you.
Well, we have Chandra, we have Rugged Prairie, we have Jezal Goldmane, and some like other reasonable cards. Okay.
Yeah, this is the question.
I think the question, Rugged Prairie or Jezal Goldmane?
That's exactly the question I've got in mind. I think I have to take Perfect Fixing forever. Like, just because I don't have.
We have risks though. Like we have tokens.
I know. And also, it's a 4/4 for 4. I'm aware of that, but like
With keywords, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, we should probably pick Rugged Prairie.
I want to be able to cast my spells, especially with triple white, triple red in the deck.
Yeah,
I don't like it, but I'm gonna do
yeah.
it. I'm gonna do it because I already have like my spells are fine. I'm going to do this. Ooh.
Wait, well, there was a planeswalker. There's no planeswalkers. There's Chandra.
They were talking about
She's not that
Chandra.
good
They
though.
were talking about Chandra. All right, so this
Hey,
is
Jess.
so this art is like trying to look like that skull telling you the secrets, except for it's not the skull telling you the secrets, and it's nowhere near as good as the skull telling you the secrets.
So we have some picks here. Like Jessica Warrior Adept is a fine card.
Yeah,
Faith Fetter is, yeah, she's like a mini. She's actually harder to block in combat than her big brother. Faith's Fetters and even Shinka the Bloodsoaked Keep.
yeah. I guess the question is, do I want removal or Jeska? Which is like pseudo removal.
Yeah, she doesn't kill a whole lot in this format, but she does kill some things. I have no idea. Faith's Fetters is probably correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Shinka's great. Shinka is one of the.
tricks on board.
How about Urza's Rage?
Urza's Rage is a Pyroblast, and I accept it.
We have
Also,
that.
Dragon's Breath. Interesting.
Yeah, Dragon's Breath, which we have a number of, creatures it functions on, but not like a ton.
That cycle is all fine. I think Dragon's Wing is probably the best.
The one that cycles, yeah. Righteous Confluence is here too, and so is
Also,
Radiant.
Dragon's Wings gives flying, and the Confluence, and Mind Stone, and Radiant's Judgment, and
There's a lot of good cards in this pack.
yeah.
Hell, Panoptic Mirror. We just throw Soul's Fire on Panoptic Mirror and just start going to town.
Like we have that. We have the Hadouken Mirror, or we put Urza's Rage on the Panoptic Mirror and kick it somehow. Yes,
Yes.
our Pyroblast stick.
Krenko? Radiant Purge. What the hell?
Right? What's
Oh,
that card do?
get rid of multicolor. Oh, right, this was the plant. This was put in like Dragons of Tarkir as a like giant like middle finger to all the gods.
Oh, right. For some reason,
Krenko?
Krinko, or even Word of
Seizing.
Seizing.
We have 13 creatures. How much do we want? Like, any more creatures? I don't know. Like, do we want that trick? Word of Seizing is a pretty hella good trick.
Krinko just sort of runs away with the game on his own.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the word. The
The
trick.
word is the word. If that was actual Siege Gang Commando, it would have been Krinko, no question.
Yeah. So Valorous Stance is a card I'm happy to have, especially with Sword of the Chosen around.
The pack before last had Rupture Spire in it.
And this one has Transguild Promenade in it.
And this one also has Rupture Spire in it.
Odd to see Scrubland still hanging out here.
Oh, we haven't passed the Greed players yet, somehow.
Weird. Tolsmere Wolfblood, who makes a legendary token.
Hmm Also,
Dogs.
they make 4/4s, and the 4/4 die. You never attack with Tolsimir. You just send the 4/4 in until it dies, and then you just make another one.
Mm-hmm. We could have Kataki, the piker.
Ah, War's Wage. You could also have Tumble Magnet. Okay, here's one of the great things about Tumble Magnet and Scars, and one of the reasons you guys love it so much, is it was a common in that format.
Yeah, it was. So you had like three of them. It just felt like a master.
Also, Metalcraft mattered, whereas in other formats, neither of
Well,
those matter.
in here it matters. It could matter because we could chuck it after it's done.
That's true, but there's also Kataki. You can make our guys awful. Make our Siege Gang Commander awful.
Oh boy, I'm willing to
We'll
make
just
my CJ
we'll
commander
yeah we'll
awful.
fling yeah we'll fling our Kataki with Brian. It's fine.
Konda's Bander,
Yeah, Louis.
Brothers Yamazaki, Krovax still hanging out here.
Krovax is kind of bad. The question then becomes Condas Bander, Brothers Yamazaki, or Temple of Plenty hedging on the green pick we might see, question mark, exclamation
In
point.
the last like 4 cards.
Yeah, the green card we've already seen that we care about. Okay, I'd rather have Condas Bander than a Brothers Yamazaki.
I guess
We're passing him to the guy who picked the other one, right?
we're playing Chandra.
We could play Tatsumasa, who's a card I've always liked a lot, but Chandra is also like a fine creature.
If we didn't have Elbrus, I'd feel a little better about that.
Yeah, it's like a top-end blade.
Yeah, like pick up the huge blade, but whatever. Chandra gives us a cool thing.
We could.
Oh, I just want to point out Aboshan's Cephalid Emperor, who's the most annoying king in the
We
world.
might pick that just because the only thing we conceivably play here is either Berserker's Onslaught or Wicker Wellspring to pitch with Chandra parents. I don't know.
Anyway, so here's the picks.
If that were not Floodplain but Flooded Strand, we would just play it.
Yeah.
But it is not.
Okay, so we need to make a number of cuts equal to like 7.
We need to make 7 cuts, so let's start cutting early and often. Okay, let's. Are we playing Word of Seizing? Are we playing Jareth? Are we playing Conda's Banner? Are we playing Kataki? Are we playing Sidar Jabari? Maybe? I don't know.
I'm with you on all those except Sidar, who I think I'm okay.
Yeah, that was the one I started faltering on. I just immediately started looking at things, and then those were the ones
Yeah.
that came up.
I mean, Konda's Banner's still hella strong because it's +2/+2 to the equipped creature, and then
Yeah,
+1/+1 to your team at least.
I am
Because
familiar. It's the Volshak Morningstar with upside.
yeah, like I'm willing to cut it though because it's fine.
Although we could put it on Brian or put it on the double striker and give her two for a faithless looting. Maybe that's a pretty good consistency speed. I like Outpost Siege a lot. I don't know it.
Yeah, I was to say I'm 100% behind Outpost Siege. Like that's card draw.
Well, it is card draw, but we have
I
we
don't.
only go up to
I was gonna say
six.
I don't know what the butt is there. Where we've got card
Okay,
draw.
if I'm playing Outpost Siege in a deck that has like a lot of top end, it's likely to whiff a lot. But in this deck, it's not all that likely to whiff a lot because you play it the following turn. If you draw a 5 drop, you can probably play it that turn.
Anaffenza is a good question.
Um, are you okay playing that on like turn 4?
Not especially.
Is its interaction with Reese strong enough to non-token? So no. Um, I immediately remembered what I was saying as I was saying it.
I'm not cutting more
Great.
creatures because I'm at 13 after I put Kataki back in. So that's sort
Timber
of a
Battle Rage.
sort by group creatures separately. I need to make 3 cuts.
Timber Battle Rage. I know we want to play Assault Strobe slash Assault, but
We
we
have
might not be able to.
I think that's okay because we have Soul's Fire and a number of other like tricks that can do that. I don't know,
Yeah.
like just
But we
having
have Beacon
Godo's
of
Maul.
Destruction,
Yeah,
our explosive impact.
I don't.
Also, Beacon of Destruction interacts really funkily with Outpost Siege.
Ha.
You exile Beacon, play it, this shuffles back in.
How
No
good?
longer exile.
How good is Urza's Rage? Likely not getting kicked in this deck. So
Yeah,
3 mana, 3 damage.
3 mana, 3 damage. That's as good as burn gets in this format, right?
Not really, because there's actually a lot better burn in this format.
At that weight class,
Uh,
like Mizium Mortar is basically it.
Well, I mean, in our deck, yes, but I mean, like, Lightning Bolt exists, and this is a 3 mana
I
Lightning Bolt, so.
Wait, Lightning Bolt exists? I've
Uh,
never seen Lightning Bolt.
that's because you first pick it, because Lightning Bolt exists.
Okay. So, are we going to cut Urza's Rage? Perhaps.
I don't know, I need to make 2 more. That's the trick here. I need to make 2 more cuts, and I would prefer them to not be creatures, because I'm already at 13.
Okay, Urza's Rage because we were waffling about it, and then like I really want to play Elbrus the Binding Blade.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna cut Faithless Looting. I'm on the fence on that, and I don't want it.
Yeah, we're not. We're sort of a creature-heavy deck, not a spell graveyard deck. Well, the Faithless Looting adds consistency to whatever dish you add it to. Perhaps we need a land instead of it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's combine groups. Yeah, I'm playing Elbrus and Tenza because Godo can go to hell.
Yeah, if Godo can sneak in wearing Elbrus, then
Well,
the
hell,
game just ends.
if I'm on 7 and I like play Godo and then equip Elbrus over, somewhere else, like
Yeah,
on like a flyer from Pia and Kieran.
we do have flyers somehow. Yeah, I call this a deck.
Yeah, this isn't the. Hold on, let me show that off. Somebody mentioned it, so I'm gonna pull it up. This. Now this is Urza's rage, where the mech shows up, Urza in the goddamn mech suit shows up, and just fires all missiles.
Fires the missiles. Also, I have an idea.
What's your idea? Why? Okay.
We had time for it, so I figured I would try it.
I literally don't know if it matters.
I don't know either, but
I'm...
I don't know. I'm willing to try it.
Okay.
I'm willing to disrupt your stream for my whim.
I hope that didn't fuck with the audio.
It might have. It probably.
Every single time I've ever killed a Skype call in the middle of a stream, the audio goes straight to shit, so... We'll see.
Did the audio go straight to shit?
Yeah, say, somebody tell me if the audio went straight to shit, because it usually happens. Anyway, okay, I'll take that as, like, literally a miracle, so...
Hey, I performed a miracle, and my... Well, different. There was a beep. Okay, now they're being ambiguous, so... Exactly the same. Okay, now they're just lying.
Okay, I don't... Everyone's lying, fine, that's whatever. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Jens. We want to play more planes than that, don't we?
Well, we have 5 plus... Well... Hold on.
A reflecting pool cannot function on its own.
We want to play...
A legal deck?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we want to play a legal deck, because the one it wasn't suggesting was the Quarter Forest from Reese.
Ah, the Quarter Forest.
Yeah, Quarter Forest. 6 and 8 or 7-9?
We have a fair amount of double reds. I've had it 3. But we also have a piker in white, so shrug.
9 and 5 it is, because that leaves us with 7.
Yeah, 7 maybe. Well, 7 white sources with a thing that can fix for double white, aka Yosei. Maybe reflecting pool is not as good as we thought it was.
All right, I upped it to reflecting pool. Still might help with Rorix. Anyway, I've pumped it to 8 and 6. By the way, this is really weird to have to make this sort of call in this limited format, where it's like, oh, you should figure out your like basic ratio, and it isn't just 1.
1 of each with 2 mountains.
Yeah, like,
that's the magic number.
Yeah, every one of them.
So I have bad news, Jens.
What's the bad news?
We did not pick a single Hondan.
Well, we only saw the worst one.
We saw the Myojin to go with it, though. Although that matters. We did see that which was taken, which...
Nice.
A unkeepable hand.
Nice.
No action till 5? That's some action.
Even dumber.
This has a 1 drop that...
I mean, I have the scry.
This has a mulligan onto it. Or like a
scry.
A scry. And we're on the draw. I don't like it, but it's borderline. Okay, this hand's good now. We're approaching it. See, I would have accidentally played the reflecting pool and lost.
Ooh, turn 3 Jaya. Alright.
A gray ogre, you say, that can be incinerate.
It makes it so it makes it so we can't draw dead cards.
Yeah. Maybe our opponent's in blue. We can just do that all day. If they're playing Chromatic Star, they have to be greedy.
What do they want off of Chromatic Star? Please tell me they're cycling it for nothing. Oh!
They paid green mana.
Eladamri's Call, huh?
Ah,
Nissa Fastwood Seer.
okay.
I figured out our opponent. They are green-white value town. Maybe it's
Did
their
they
color.
did they get the chromatic? Did they draw the Ed Lamarty's call off of Ed Lamarty off the chromatic star? Because if they did, I would weep with pity for
Alright.
ourselves. So we have like multiple ways of throwing cards to kill that Vastwood Seer.
Yeah.
Like we could just throw a land at it, or throw Soul's Fires at it, or throw Soul's Fire at
Yeah,
it.
we can throw like a couple different fires at it. And this is attacking or no? Okay. Rampant growth. Oh.
That's the good art for rampant growth with the grub bug
Yeah.
on it. The grub or gourd.
Oh. Um. What if that?
Do you just want to do that?
What if Jaya just picks up the freaking mall and goes to town?
I've got a tree. Arr!
Alright. Yeah, sure. Alright, then Jaya picked up the mall and just started crushing. I remember that part.
Yeah, let's attacking with our 5/5 trampler. That's so goofy.
Makes this big. Well.
Yeah, maybe our Soul's Fire is not a Soul's Fire, but instead, okay, our Soul's Fire is going to kill Nissa so we can attack. Got it, coach.
Do I want to...
You can also just play Sidar
and pass?
that's Sidar can't tap Throne, right?
No,
We can do that.
but like I could attack with Jaya, but he has regen mana up is the bigger issue.
Yes, you'd be attacking for one every turn.
Right, and like I could like get my opponent to double block or whatever, but I think I'm gonna play Sidar.
I just play Sidar and yeah. We're playing Yosei next turn anyways. He's probably going to pick up the mall as it is.
Yeah, because that gives like +1, +2, +2, +3, +3. Yeah, the whole shebang. It just doesn't have trample.
Yeah, it does not gain trample,
Like,
but he already is flying, so who cares?
Hell, I might move it over to Sidar if I don't draw another. All right, so Nis is flipping. That's a problem. Maybe a reason I should have attacked there.
Yeah, or a reason just to have Souls fired Nissa. Well, I guess that still works.
Yeah.
No, this is okay. This is fine. It did what we wanted. It removed a blocker from the table because he didn't just make a token.
What the hell's this? All right, Vorniclex.
Okay. So when we tap out for 2 turns.
Yeah, when we tap out, we are tapped out.
Do we still play Yosei? Or put them all on Sidar and tap Vorinclex?
Attacking for 5.
Or attacking to kill Nissa?
I guess that's the question here. What do I want to... The voice of hunger. Also, our opponent has double mana, so that's nice.
Okay, if we attack for 5 and just attack our opponent, they go down to 9. And then we can burn him out, maybe?
If I play Yosei...
Our next turn is blanked.
Right, but then I have Yosei in play, and if I can attack with Yosei and then Soulsfire, the game ends.
That is true. We also must consider that we can just make Incinerate happen if we happen to draw, like, dead cards. So
I'm
do we play Yosei or not is the question.
really wish I had Inferno available. I would cast that immediately.
I think we should probably play Yosei.
That's what I'm thinking as well. And then do I pass? I think I pass.
We passed because it means throwing Sidar to the wolves if we want
Oh,
to
good
attack.
freaking god. Get out of here, you absolute jerk of a triggered ability.
Yay!
I love
Praetors.
I love triggered abilities going on the stack. Alright, so let's always yield to that because I do not care.
We'll just try to win with Jaya's 7 mana ability.
That functions.
That is an avenue we have if we can get our opponents to 6 or below.
Okay.
So our opponents should make up 4/4. Okay, they don't.
Nope, they drew a card.
So unless
And played
why
another land.
why didn't they?
What is this? What giant huge minions are showing up here? Like what's the
Imracool? Is Imracool being cast?
You know how much mana my opponent has right now? It's literally Emrakul. Alright. You've got Safi Eric's daughter, which means I was going to try to trade with Vorinclex, but now I don't give a crap. Acroma. Alright.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Alright, Acroma's here.
We might be dying.
Please attack with just Acroma and then hit me for 6 and pass the turn. That's it. That's all I... Damn it. I really did not want Vorinclex coming in there.
You could tap his team down with Yosei and then attack for 8. And
Well,
then
I can't tap Throne.
you can't tap Throne. Damn it. Right. So we would just be attacking for less than that.
1? We'd be attacking for 1? Alright,
No,
so
it'd be at least 3.
that's still not my opponent's life total. Huh. That Safi really makes things way too awkward here, because I really wanted to just, like, double block and kill Vorinclex. If I do that, and then... How do I deal with Acroma?
Fate's Fetters the turn after next.
Hold on, we've got... I take 7, and then I take 11. Okay, I've got a bad plan that might result in a win, so I think I have to take it.
Let's go for it. I'm liking the sound of this.
Alright, so first things first is get my opponent to use Safi Eric's daughter. Or maybe not. Maybe just Vorinclex dies. I'll take that too. So I'm taking 1 trample plus 6, so I'm taking 7 total. That means I'm going down to 13 life. Yep, there's the Safi Eric's daughter. Now, if I draw a untapped land, I can equip Goto's Maul.
And attack with Yosei.
Maybe. I think it might be hold back Yosei. Depending on my opponent's play at the moment. Like, basically, what's their follow-up? If they produce any other power on the board... Okay, yeah. That is in fact any other power on the board. So
That is in fact multiple powers, and two of them to be precise.
and that was not a land, which was the only card I wanted to draw there. So I passed the turn, and I think I die.
I'm relatively certain we die.
If my opponent does not all out attack me, I live and win actually. But you know that's a side effect.
Uh-huh.
All right, how many?
Okay, I'm getting the impression we are perhaps dying.
All right, well, let's find out how much I am dying here. All right, the team is turning sideways. Some of them.
Yeah, Chroma notably does not turn sideways.
And then, all right, here's some activations. That's pretty nifty. Okay, cool, cool. All right, how much more of that do we got?
Our opponent is empty-handed, so I'm going to guess none.
I'm gonna guess 2 more activations, but you know.
Well, I would be okay with that because that would mean that we're evening up on clock.
All right, and then we go ahead and we block a chroma like so, and we.
Now, Isao doesn't have trample, so yeah, take that, nerd.
Thrun doesn't have trample. Aha. All right, cool. And then there's another activation. All right, yep.
Wait, are we alive?
No,
No,
God,
first
no.
strike.
God no.
Yeah.
A minus,
I forgot first
try,
strike.
try minus 21.
I was very baffled there for half a second because of first strike step. Thanks, Achroma.
Okay, we got wrecked. We got absolutely destroyed there.
We got destroyed by Vorinclex of all things.
Nothing you can do about that. Vorinclex will just kick you around.
Word of seizing. You want to try stealing?
Their biggest. How many white cards with trample are there? Well, there's a human with trample in Innistrad. There's a war elephant.
Yeah, there's several war mammoths.
Yeah, the mammoths.
They're like 5-mana 3/3s with trample.
I bet I'm just going back in.
Let's destroy our opponent with a 3/3 double striker.
The card, literally the combo.
Chandra Nalar may in fact show us her soul's fire.
Yeah.
There's one Monodork in the format.
Yeah, like what what am I gonna like? I want a Python Needle Chromatic Star, like. Come on.
That's a 1-for-1 if I ever saw one before.
Yeah.
We draw our perfect fixing too to make our gray ogre happen.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Do we want to keep that? Or do we need it? Do we want to draw more exciting things?
No, I'm keeping.
Or do we just want to like murder our opponent with like?
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, that seems like a really good card here.
I know. I'm excited about this Chandra play that's going to happen. We're going to play Soul's Fire as 3-mana shock on our opponent's face, and it's going to be worth it.
Yep.
I don't even remember what Flip Chandra does. I just know it's good.
Not especially.
Don't bring me down, man. Actually, no, we're going to be doing like 6 damage to our opponent. It's fine.
Alright, so then we... Alright, Chandra's here. Please attack with Safi to make my job easier. I really want that, because that makes my job, like, incredibly... Okay, so it's Alan Light and Bushi.
That's a little bit lame. Maybe Jaya does some work as Incinerate.
So you want to know the cool thing about flipping Chandra?
Yeah,
She
you
dies
become
immediately. On board.
on board.
Well,
Yes.
like
So
I could like +1 her to not have her die.
yeah, you could +1 her to not die,
I'm go-
or we could play Jaya, like ping our opponent and then play Jaya.
yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So no, no, this is fine. We've won game. We've won plenty of games with Cinder Pyromancer. What are we talking about?
What if I kill Safi with the Soul's Fire instead? I guess that would work too.
That would work too,
I'd
but
the big thing is I want Jaya on the board for next turn because then I have a 5 total.
yeah, we can Soul's Fire and turn one of these planes into Incinerate.
Yeah, that's my
Or we can just Beacon of Destruction something if we have to.
yeah. That's at least my thought process is that I want to have Jaya up for next turn because that gives me like multiple kill spells available. Also, trying to kill Safi with Soul's Fire sounds like an incredibly bad plan. About to get run down by Surak Surak Hunter. Okay.
I found something we might want a Beacon of Destruction.
Yeah, no crap.
Yeah, Chandra has to deal 3 damage. So you either cast 3 spells in a turn, ping, cast a red spell, and attack, or uh, have Soul's Fire do the damage for you. Because with this is also an opportunity just to kill Isao. Probably not with a trade, but
I
with
was
like
gonna
a
say like,
Incinerate.
well, the problem is like it's not an opportunity to kill anything. Like nothing actually gets answered. Like again,
Yeah,
like,
there's Safi there.
Safi is on board, so any kill spell that is not aimed at Safi fails.
Unless it's Faith's Fetters. Hmm.
But Fate's Fetters also doesn't like answer Surak. Like the haste still happens, and then we still have
Yeah, haste still happens. So,
F.
do we just kill Safi and pass?
Well, I can kill Safi and flip Chandra.
Do we want to flip Chandra? We could use that as an opportunity to kill Isao, but
Yeah, like
then she would die unless we trade Jaya away.
right, and that's like also this is
This is, yeah, it's dumb. So,
kill Isao. Kill Safi.
okay, I think I see your plan now. Because with Surak attacks, we block and then incinerate him.
Yes. And then we just sit back on Fate's Fetters and Beacon to try to stay alive.
Yeah, having removal, and then we just have
A 2-power Honden.
a 2-power Honden that we've worked our butt off for.
Yeah.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Also, it can't target creatures more than like once, or it dies.
Listen, both Chandra and Jaya can deal 6 damage to each player, although Chandra can't deal 6 damage to us. Are you questioning whether you want to have Jaya or?
Oh no, this is still I haven't questioned anything. Like, this is still the plan.
Playing with the plan.
Yeah, stick with the plan. Get Surak off the board, because if our opponent had any creature to play, they would have played it with Surak, right? Like, yeah.
Nope, they're okay.
Because it would have had haste and they could have killed Chandra. Like, anything they could have done, they would have done at least a 3-power creature. Okay.
So maybe we hold Beacon of Destruction up in order to react to that Champion's Helm equip.
I could also play Kataki.
That prevents him from drawing 2 cards. Because he taps the archive to pay for the upkeep costs.
Right. And it gets me a presence on board. I guess the question is how big, like, what the hell's getting the Champion's Helm?
Possibly something, possibly nothing, if those are the cards he decided to draw. Like,
I don't think they have a creature. Because they would have played it.
I don't think they do either. Yeah, or they would have played it, yeah. They want to draw 2 cards next turn, and this prevents them from doing it. Or it forces them to do it at upkeep.
Yeah, I don't think they have it. I'm calling your bluff. Kataki's here.
Also, we can Fate's Fetters the Champion Helm.
If I really
if
really
it's
wanted
unequipped.
to. Yeah. That sounds like a play I want to make.
Wait, does it fall? It doesn't fall off if it's equipped, does it?
No, it does not. That does not do anything, actually.
That actually, no, it does do one thing. It gains you 4 life.
Well, it prevents them from moving it.
It does prevent them from moving it. So if you can catch the creature in combat somehow. The thing wearing the Champion's Helm.
Goodbye, Champion's Helm.
Okay, so Kataki was good, I guess.
Yeah, we did kill spells.
Yeah, Piker.
All right,
He
so
paid for the Hedron.
well, that's because they wanted to play a 7-drop that I'm going to Fate's Fetters. Yeah, they played a 7-drop that I'm going to maybe just Beacon. I don't know, like.
Fate's Fetters kills more things. Beacon does deal with this relatively handedly. Alternatively, you could do that to kill it too, like whatever floats your boat. Beacon could kill our opponent because we are going to be dealing 4 damage to him this turn. Ah, he's sniffing out your trick.
Well, it's on board.
Yeah. Your butt is too big, Tolsamir. You shall die for that sin. Piker gets in.
Yeah, Piker.
That Piker was pretty good. That was a 10 Street hooligan.
It's also making them pay a mana every turn. Oh man, they're just popping that archive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yep.
Is pop the archive. This puts them down at 4 mana, which is hardly a 4 mana creature that does not die to Beacon if it has to.
Yeah.
I found it. I found the creature that doesn't die to Beacon.
Same. It's right there. We found
It's
it.
Thrun, the last troll. Let's shock our opponent and then hold Piker up to keep Chandra alive for a turn.
Because our opponent dies if we can hit them down to, Our opponent dies if we buys us a turn.
Wait.
No, it's aggressive. Get out of here.
I was just thinking, wait a second.
Yeah.
They can't kill Chandra as is.
And if they try to, I'm just gonna block with Kataki.
Oh, I thought you were going for the kill this turn. I was like, wait a second, what are you doing?
They're short. They're short mana. I am not going for the kill this turn. Alright. Deals 4 damage. I am willing to risk a pump giant growth owning me.
Is there giant growth here? No, I don't think so. Invigorate was around. We have the sword.
Yeah. Please tap out.
Is it Invigorate around?
Gift of the Gargantuan for nothing. Alright.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. God's willing. 2 cards entered the revealed card zone. Sylvos Rogue Elemental and Sunpetal Grove.
I have a feeling they're unable to cast that Sylvos, the Rogue Elemental.
Alright, well that's Beacon of Destruction aimed at your damn head.
Zorch. Let's top deck
I was
it.
gonna
That
say,
was always what happens with beacons when our opponent has them.
what do I show them? Fate's
Our
Fetters?
Faith's Fetters is.
I think we show them Fate's Fetters because God's Willing is a lot better as an unknown.
Yeah, it's a lot better as the trick. I'm happy about Kataki's War's Wave because Anafunza wouldn't have done jack.
Yeah.
It would have been Bear.
I love Piker. Thank you, Piker. You're a pal.
We don't happen to have another Piker, do we?
Nah,
I
we don't.
Not.
We have Anafenza, but you know.
That's a bear. That does nothing. A bear with no abilities that is hard to kill. What is that bear going to happen? Red, 2/2, no text.
Ha. I get show God's Willing so you can rep fake God's Willing is probably is a decent strategy as well. That's nice.
That's the double secret probation play.
Yeah, that Piker killed a helmet and then cost our opponent some mana, so that's
Well,
nice.
in the art for 10th Street Hooligan, the hooligan is kicking a helmet. I am not making this up.
How do you like Curve?
I love a curve. I love Elbrus the Binding Blade being in the hand with Godo.
Yeah. Nice. Whatever, let's get Zergo down and just...
Yeah, 1-drop.
Hey, what's up? Izumaru's here.
That can't block, but whatever. He can block. He's an Iron Claw at work. What is it with our opponent and that chromatic star? And we're going to make them pay for their sins. Watch them crack the fetch in response to crack the chromatic star just to have it cycle. They should do that right now, by the way.
Please take damage for me. Or, no, you know what? They don't cycle it. They let it die.
Oh, right, because it just does that on its own.
Yeah,
right.
it just dies.
It's not a part of the ability because it's bug-fixed chromatic sphere.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're doing it, though. Because the chromatic sphere is also in the cube. Blue? I was hoping Brainstorm would appear.
Looks like Temple time.
Temple and play Reese.
Yeah.
Have all of our aggressive cards just show up. Wow, Reese actually gives us something to do.
I know. That's the cool part. Alright.
Do we want to draw land?
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, basically any spell in the deck would be sweet, right? Like...
Yeah, basically. All this run complicates things because that's what his job is. That's a shock. So do we just make a guy?
Yeah.
No, there are several penis cards in the game of Magic Pokecam, and none of them have appeared yet. Wow, our opponent just loves annoying creatures.
Yeah. What if I have the most annoying creatures in the game? Alright, what the... God damn it, what is this? Who created this interface?
Do you want to activate that ability with green or white?
Outpost Siege, huh? Do I want that?
Do we want that?
I mean, that's an arena of sorts.
It is an arena of sorts, and we're basically the other play we would make would be to make a 1-1.
Let's make it. I guess I could also play it as the ping half.
Wait a second. What is the actual wording on that? Target creature that does turn Reese into a 13 turn clock.
I'm gonna go with the cards.
Oh, that's probably correct.
Oh God.
Also, cons.
Yeah.
Or wait, no,
No, it's
it's
cons.
cons.
It's cons.
It's cons. You pick cons almost on all of the on all the sieges.
Yeah. Here's my Honda.
It's like I know you pick cons on Citadel Siege. You
Um,
might 1 out of 10 times pick dragons on Citadel Siege.
so a cool thing about Godo grabbing the maul is that Godo with the maul is like a 6/6 that gets to attack twice, and I also have God's Willing. So
Yeah, God's willing to make it actually work because he has a regenerator and a protection from creatures guy.
yeah, the protection from creatures guy in the way is a bit of a freaking issue.
Yeah, because of Thrun Thrun gets tapped when he dies.
All right. How about more regenerators?
Where's a flyer at so we can put Elbrus the Binding Blade on it?
Right. Nope.
Yeah. We're going to have to pay 1 at our upkeep.
I'm okay with this. And we don't even get it equipped, which is the saddest part.
Yeah. Well, this is okay. This lets us pick what guy we put it on.
Hmm.
So we've engaged stare down mode. The first one to blink loses.
Well, I think Silvos just starts beating our face in.
True enough.
Because let me tell you something about my opponent's hand. Likely a bunch of huge creatures. Like, that's basically the only thing they play. Think I'm just taking a lot of damage.
Let's take some damage.
Yeah. I'll block it later.
Yeah. Later trademark. Where's Face Fetters when you need it?
Right? That's a card I could use. Oh, okay, so a Chroma next turn. That's cool.
Captain Sisse, you say. I would also not mind drawing the Hadouken.
Let's go this way so that I get my card first. Planes, and then we pay 1. Yes. Rorix, who can't attack because of Commander Isha.
We could give him Trample, though. We can give him Trample and equip him with Elbrus the Binding Blade.
Well, I guess obviously play the planes.
Do we die before that happens?
Yeah, I was gonna say like a Chroma's next turn. That's a
That's a
100.
certainty.
That's a
Also, she has
100% play.
pro red, so
Yeah,
who cares?
that's a 100% play.
We can give Rorix we can give somebody pro white to live a turn or to attack through.
Is that enough?
Well, he gets to attack for at least minimum 10, probably 16 next turn. With much of that being trample. So we're going to take 8 flying, and then we chump.
Yeah, then we have to chump the hell out of Sylvos Rogue Elemental.
So if we can attack for 8 in the air with Rorix with the Maul on.
Well, I can't equip them all right now.
Yeah, we would have to we would play Rorix and like not attack with him.
I think that's.
Equip
I
Maul
think.
next turn and then
I think that's the play somehow. God, that's okay. So what am I actually dying to? If like Akroma's next turn, what am I dying
yeah,
to?
okay. Chroma's next turn. Hasted Serac off the top would also whatever.
I don't care about that. I guess.
Question is, how do we do enough damage to beat our opponent? We have 8 with Rorix. We have to squeeze out another 5.
If Godo could connect, like if Godo could connect, that's 2 combats. You know, Godo gets the second combat.
He doesn't have enough power to do that with Rorix in the same turn. Um, we squeak in for 1 damage. Basically, we gotta see what happens. We have to see what our draw is. Maybe we draw Hadoken.
Hadoken's the
That would
card
do
we
it.
need. Yeah.
Hadoken is our hero.
Basically, do everything we can to keep Rorix alive.
Yeah, Rorix is our hero. Rorix is how we do this.
Please play Elish Norn and show me I'm wrong. That'd be really good.
Timer doesn't matter. This is game 3.
Yeah, why the hell do I care about my timer? Like, this is the end. All right, please don't draw a land, because that makes the okay. There we go, land. All right, so Akroma's coming down. Now the question is, does my opponent all out me? Because if I can survive an all out and crack back, it's possible.
We're taking 10 from just flying damage if he attacks with Commander Isha. Sylvos we can chump 3 of at the least, probably more. Kataki probably, and I think everybody goes under the bus if Sylvos attacks.
I think this might just be flyers because of the crackback possibilities.
Okay, so that actually helps us.
Yeah. Or if it's just Akroma even, we still are in this. I would love Commander Isha to turn sideways at the moment.
Yeah, Commander Isha is the card I want to attack, or want to attack with. Yes, yes, I'm sending brainwaves at Commander Isha. You want to attack. You're an evasive creature. You're the most evasive creature.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, okay.
They overcommitted. Okay,
We just have to live.
No. Now I need to do math. Okay. Look, nothing. So to describe my line, I'm trying to deal lethal damage using God's Willing as a trick.
Yeah.
I'm taking 6 damage.
That's what's happening. I think Hadoken is still what we need to draw.
Well, we get 2 draws, so.
Yeah.
No, they're not. There's no way.
No, they're double queuing. That's what they're doing.
So then we want to outpost C first. That's enough.
Oh boy. That's enough. That's enough!
That's Hadoken too! Oh my god. Oh my god.
Our opponent sees their fate happening. We kept God's Willing a secret.
Kept God's Willing a secret for a reason. Pro white. Scry 1. Yeah, that's cool. Deal crushing damage. Yeah!
Play your outs, people.
What if you drew? What if you draw both of them? What if you draw literally both of your outs at the same time?
Draw both your outs off Outpost Siege.
Which we wouldn't have drawn had we not done the Outpost Siege because.
Oh yeah, because that drew us past like
a bunch of
2
lands. Yeah. Perfect. Beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Rorix, for showing that you are truly still powerful.
Rorix is cool.
Yeah, Rorix is still cool. Did you know?
Rorix, he's a snake. Look at him. He's so snaky.
I like the long neck that Rorix has.
I like his art much better than the Future Sight
Yeah,
Rorix.
Talos or whatever, or Terox.
Well, he's yeah. I think he's also called Bladewing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Well,
but yeah,
there's
I like that our dragon didn't have haste. That's pretty good. No haste. We just had to play it as a dragon.
it's had to play a 6-mana 6/5 flyer.
Well,
We had to play worse than Shivan Dragon.
the reason I had to hold it back was because it blocked Thrun.
Yeah, that's the reason. Quote unquote.
No. Like, so if my opponent attacks all out, like Thrun attacks. Akroma's still there. Like, so say my opponent does the all out attack on that game. Return the game so that I can show the math off. So I take 8 uncontested. I block Thrun with Rorix, and then Silvos comes in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, making or 3, 2. I actually die if my opponent all outs me. Ha ha ha.
Unless
No. Sorry, I'm doing math around. Because this is 8, and then -3, so 5, 4, 3. So I take 11 and go to 1. And then my opponent is all tapped out except for Akroma, and I have Kataki and Zergo still around, but also Rorix. So the Rorix plan still lives. So even on my opponent's all out, the big thing too is that if they all out here with the Silvos, like again, this block, and this block kills Silvos. That was the reason. I think that's more than likely the reason they didn't attack, because they didn't want to throw Silvos to the
dogs.
I was gonna say to the dogs, but there's no dog here. Where's our dog?
There's an elf here.
Where's our dog?
Where's our? We don't have a dog.
No, we have a dog. We definitely have to have a dog.
Kentucky Wars Wage is a dog.
No. We have it. We must have a dog.
Speaking of Terox Bladewing, were any of the Grandeur cards good? I remember Corlash Air to Black Blade.
Yes, yeah, Corlash. Corlash was the good one because it grabbed duels.
Yeah, because he grabbed duels, and also he was just like a good creature on his face.
I don't think we have dogs.
We don't have any dogs. We have a cat in our sideboard. Cat Stream.
Cat Stream.
The hugest man.
Have I noted how much my distaste for the new Pelucranos art, because it just, or not Pelucranos, sorry, the 10 mana 10/10 can't be target Progenitus.
Progenitus. Yeah, you mentioned how you didn't like Progenitus.
Okay, mostly because it looks like it should just be like a Pelucranos. Oh, the blowout. This combination. We had God's Willing for Pro White on Rorix, attack for 9 of our 13, and then Beacon.
And we have Beacon of Destruction showing, or we could also have cast Soul's Fire.
Yeah, we could have also fired Hadouken off of so Rorix gaining double strike on the turn.
Here's the question: does Rorix Bladewing know how to Hadouken? Which makes sense. No. Or does he know how to Dragon Punch?
No,
with his tiny dragon arms.
It is definitely Rorix speaking Fireball.
He just says the word Fireball. He doesn't even say it in a weird voice. He's like, Fireball. Yeah, and then you explode.
Yeah, Fireball. Because I also, like, I don't think that it's Dragon Punch either. Look at these. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Magician Red is what it is.
Yeah, that is Magician's Red. That's definitely it.
It's I can't do the Abdul mouth click. Yes, I am.
I can't do it well either.
You can't do it as loud.
I can do it, but it's just not loud enough.
I can't do it. Somebody can do it, but I can't do it.
Yes, I am. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Here we go. Moneybot 3. Can we fight?
Oh no, Moneybot.
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 I don't know if we can fight Moneybot.
Metal Crusher played on 7.
Yeah.
Floppy drives. This hand's keepable?
Yeah, I can't play Jaya, but like I like Valorous Stance, and 1 land gets me some pretty strong stuff.
Yeah, this format's slow.
Valorous Stance might as well say destroy target creatures. So.
Pretty much. Doomblade's pretty good. pretty good, I hear.
Yeah. Man, how different does this deck look if I first picked that Hero's Downfall? Jeez, there's or like the Pernicious Deed. I'm not playing any of these cards.
Nope, the entire draft would have been different. It still probably would have went okay though.
Oh yeah, like I'm sure it would have been just fine.
Like Pernicious Deed's a pretty cool card, I hear.
Hey, what if you can cast anything?
Hey, Rugged Prairie, make
Rugged
my
Prairie.
gray ogre grow.
Ooh, is that blue I see? Ooh,
That is blue.
I like
We
this.
have Pyroblast. Yeah, always have to think because Fire Blast is. Yeah, thanks for showing up, Sword of the Chosen. Maybe Jai just attacks for 4.
Yeah, I was just saying, could just be Jaya attacks for 4 with Valorous stance back up. Please Arcane Denial me or some crap. Oh! Give me that.
Okay,
Give me the cards.
give me the cards.
I
I mean, he had to do that, right?
right, because this destroy target blue permanent. Like, yeah, give me it. Give me the cards. Give me the cards.
Slio9 may draw up to 2 cards. I wonder how many cards Slio9 will draw. Is it going to be up to 2 cards?
Yeah. Oh wow. Sword of the Chosen with Chandra to like make it work.
Yeah, where Chandra can just walk in as a 4/4. But the question begins, do we want to flip Chandra, or do we just want to keep attacking Chandra as a 4/4? Well, she attacks anyways. Let's make a board.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Reese can also attack.
I'm really happy with just like, yeah, what if Jaya was a Muldrifter? Yeah.
Here's a problem with Sword of the Chosen. It does not work on Elf.
It does not work on Elf Token, you are correct.
Elf Warrior is no legend.
So the weird thing is I can't actually flip Chandra if I play Sword. Because I can't untap her to use her ability.
What is your flip ability?
You have to actually tap her to trigger the text.
Do you want to just attack for 4, make a 1/1, or do you want to play Outpost Siege? Like ping, play Outpost Siege, attack for damage.
No. Attack. Play Outpost Siege, ping. That's 3 damage.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, we'll do that then. Risk attack says 1 mana, 1/1.
1 mana, 1/1, go.
No ability.
Widewind the Biting Gale.
Well, we can give a creature indestructible if we really want to.
Almost thinking of Fate's Fettering that.
Block Chandra here, I guess.
Yeah.
That is a 2-for-1.
Well, it's an unavoidable 2-for-1.
That it is.
So, yeah, if I just play...
I was not expecting Nephalia Seakite, although I should have. We did see that going around.
Yeah. Saving her doesn't do much.
Nope, it does not.
Yeah, let's just... I really wish that had 4 toughness. Basically, the Sword of the Chosen really wants to be in play, is what I'm finding here.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's nullify this before the return turns on.
Yeah. Having like your threat be hard to kill is good.
Yeah.
Also, having repeated Nephalia Seakite is good. It turns out she's good.
I kind of want to draw land.
I would also enjoy drawing land. Drawing land is good. Rorik's Bladewing attacks for 6 damage.
Right. Rorik's Bladewing gets to deal combat damage to my opponent.
How nuts would... Well, how is Weldon been in Tempest? Awful. She doesn't have Shadow. So place Outpost Siege and Sword of the Chosen? Or just Outpost Siege looking... Sword of the Chosen? Or
well, we can't. We can only... We can
one
only
or
play
the
one.
other?
We can only play one of those cards.
I was trying to balance which one I wanted to play. They both want to be in play badly.
Kind of want the cards.
I also want cards because land means we can play uh, one
Yeah,
of our guys.
yeah.
I kind of like Elbrus the bird, the blade in this situation where
Is this countered
next
again? Oh, are we getting we're getting the denial? Yeah, frick. We're getting the full denial. Like, so literally all three modes. Like, just get owned, nerd.
is this oh is he crypticking us? Oh
Yeah, that was no,
no.
that was cryptic. All three modes. That was bounce,
Yeah,
draw a card. Damn, we got hyper owned.
I feel like we are losing this game.
Fuck, that's harsh as hell. The control player appeared in the format without counters. They just have
Oh, the format was
with
cryptic command for
yeah,
fuckers.
fucking cryptic command for fuckers.
Okay, that's the defensive cryptic command. Cryptic command still has the win the game button on it.
Yeah, but that
At
was
the
a
end of
pretty
it.
damn powerful cryptic
Oh yeah,
command.
that was like a 3 for 1. Do we just play Sword of the Chosen?
Do I even attack?
You could trade,
I'd probably be
or you
okay with trading. I don't know, but Riss
also
also
make
is
a.
a team. Yeah.
This also lets us hold up Valorous stance plus Sword of the Chosen
So
because that kills anything except for her.
oh Jesus! All right.
Forbidden Alchemy with the Kamigawa art or something.
Opponent is in the control zone. Throw us into the control zone.
Ah, the cockpit, you mean?
All right. Well,
The wheelhouse.
we're definitely in the wheelhouse. That's
I don't rec Is that Kami? What kind of art is that? Is that Kamigawa looking art or what?
Sakashima Luzon Rakdos Signet. Look at that, like binning. Also, like, please play. No, Swamp wouldn't work. Please play Sunken Gate. Okay. It won't.
Oh no.
Not cryptic mana. So. Glad our opponent doesn't have Panoptic Mirror. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, we have Panoptic
We
Mirror.
we have Panoptic Mirror.
What did he draw in order to put like Lu Xun in the graveyard?
Yeah.
Troll player.
Yikes.
We could just kill that
Yeah.
like immediately.
So what does this actually do? Like,
Uh,
whenever a creature you control with +1/+1 counter dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. Anyway, it resolves. That's fine.
it resolves, and then in step, we'll
I
see if our opponent has a third counter.
yeah, I think I'm gonna take it out.
We get to do this trick again. Sad we didn't get Radiant's Judgment too.
I know, but we have this trick at least.
What?
Negate.
Okay.
What if our opponent's the control player?
Should we just Beacon of Destruction it then?
Or play Calamite?
Or
Mm,
or do we just play a 3/3 with double strike
backed by
and with Sword
sword.
of the back with? What if we just win that way again?
Screw this, yeah. Also, you're not blocking. You ain't blocking this. Yeah, I
What
know.
if we just play Fireball?
Um, this will be fine.
Oh yeah, she gives undying creatures double undying and makes creatures with persist infinite persist, whereas Calamine just kills you.
Yeah, I was gonna say we just murder our opponent, so
That deal, yeah, that if that does not block next turn, we win the game.
there's the dethrone, which is it gets a +1/+1 counter.
Do
Which
we just take it?
yeah, I'm gonna take the hit. Well, I'm not gonna trade.
Yeah, we're not gonna trade. So we attack if we attack for 10 and then fireball.
Yeah, we have lethal, so anyway, but they have Widwin, so
Yeah.
um,
Do you want to play
Rorix.
Rorix too?
Let's go ahead and play Rorix.
Diversify our threats.
Yeah. Also, it gets bigger on Kelman, like because we played a 5. We get an experience counter, which is basically the equivalent of a +1/+1 counter that can't be removed from this card. So
Yeah. It would also interact with other experience counter cards we don't have. Also, it's on cast, so we get to keep it even if they have a counter spell here.
yeah. Also, Goto will do the same thing.
Okay, let's attack for damage. Reese the Redeemed comes in.
Riz, keep doing it. Yeah, Kale's on. Yeah, Kale is now the experience counter. It's like some wings or something. We got our pilot wings.
I don't actually like that game at all.
I like
Either
this. I like the 64 one, the SNES one. Like take it or leave it, you know. Anyway, so okay,
Venture bouncing the double striker probably,
probably.
and then chumping. Yeah, okay. Let's see if he plays the 3/3 to block Rorix or not.
Uh-huh.
I guess our opponent could also just try to kill us back. Like 5, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the crackback if they
I've got
take this.
I've got bad news for what's gonna happen. This is where Swamp Crew Ultimatum just kicks. Look at my hand. Look at my board. Like, check this out. This is gonna be the most blowout of a Crew Ultimatum in quite a while.
I don't buy it. I refuse.
Check it out. They've got the mana for it, and it's literally like my hand is gone, my board is gone, my life total's gone. They get their like Crew Ultimatum just as like it's a bit of a combo.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I refuse.
Oh, destroy all dragon creatures.
5 mana removal spell gets there, baby.
Yep. Okay, and then dethrone. So I take 8.
Does the lady's ability count herself?
No, because she's got 5 cost.
No, I mean the other lady, the Grixis lady.
No, because she'll be dead. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, she would counter herself, right? Because whenever a creature controlled +1/+1 counter dies, yeah, I think she doesn't say another, right? Whenever a creature. Anyway, I probably just play
Her again.
yeah.
Threaten 5 first striking. That's blocks Spencer.
We have an experience counter.
Ah. Well, it threatens to trade with both of them. Threatens to eat Vencer.
Eating Vencer is what we call a terrible idea, but yeah.
Yeah, because Vencer comes back into play. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a man of war. Let's play a lethal threat.
I like
Also, Brian's Stout Arm combining with Sword of the Chosen.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Well, we need a creature in play for
I
that
know,
to work.
I
Brian
know.
can't do it himself.
It doesn't work like that. Anyway, what's our opponent's next?
So I hear you like Mana
Man of
Wars.
War, huh?
We're dead, you know.
Yeah, I know. We're taking a lot of damage and then we're dead. Um,
Man, that cryptic just blew us the hell out.
yeah. Horse, yeah. I'm at 2. Yeah, I can't get there. So let's move on.
Yeah, Godo can't quite win the game on his own.
Right, we'll die to horsemanship. So, all right. So, what's good? What's the good word? Like Urza's Rage, the good word?
Urza's Rage. What do we want Urza's Rage over?
Urza's Rage could be the good word. That's about all I'm looking at.
Yeah. What do we want over Urza's Rage? Museum Mortars is basically better.
Yeah.
Soulsfire is basically the same thing. Although I guess Soulsfire is better, worse.
Soulsfire, I'm gonna say, is better.
Outpost Siege draws cards. Beacon of Destruction's heftier. Everything else is a creature. It'd be like God's Willing.
No, God's Willing would have won us that game.
Yeah, God's Willing would have won us the game. Faith Fetters is also removal. Valorous Stance is also removal. I don't know.
Face Fetters might be bad here
Bounce.
because of like they've showed
Bounce.
multiple bounce.
Yeah. So do we want to add a mountain over a plains or just keep it as is?
I'm gonna keep as is.
That seems good to me too.
Yeah, like yes, I'd like to play first. I'm okay with this.
Yep. We have the Wombo in our hand.
Think
So
about-
all I said, if we can cast Jaya and have it resolved.
Yeah.
Chandra is a creature, importantly.
Basically, her most important function.
A Grey Ogre that is also Cinder Pyromancer is what we are playing.
Mm-hmm. Also, Rugged Prairie is here to make mana work forever, so that's good.
Well, there is one problem with Rugged Prairie. It does not tap for 2 mana.
Yeah,
I guess it
whatever.
does, actually.
Yeah, I
but
was saying,
costs
factually it does.
Factually, but actually. Okay.
Alright, we sort of need a third land to function. Okay.
Funnily enough, we can actually exist for a while without a third land.
Well, our opponent's slow, so yeah, but... Alright.
Are we going to get Arcane denied again?
Impulse!
What Vendetta? It can't even be. It's a sorcery, so that's the only one black removal spell I can. Bolt. Do they find? Do they have Bolt?
There we go.
Okay.
Bolt doesn't answer it because of sword.
Yeah. Funnily enough.
Also, if I can untap God's Willing, but...
Yeah, we might want to do that due to our win button happening right now. He probably wants to like Venser it or something. Or Venser her.
Do I attack?
Is there a reason not to?
No, I've got enough, like, ways to keep her alive.
Yeah. Do we use sword, or do we hold sword up for the Wombo?
Pro-black. Mountain on top.
I would like to draw a mountain.
Deal damage.
So I wonder what other kinds of spot removal he has.
Well, it doesn't matter if Alor's stance is still here.
Yeah,
Like,
he can bounce counter it.
yeah, I suppose. Because I use God's Willing because of the scry.
Yeah, that was one thing I was thinking about mentioning is maybe we use spell,
Yeah, I know. It could have been
but
better, but
holding it as a removal spell is also a good idea too, though.
well, not even the removal spell portion, but just the.
The
Okay.
scry.
All right. I guess I'm replaying. I guess I'm replaying. So
That's actually fine though,
yeah.
unless he has more spot removal.
But yeah, I did that because like I could have used Valor's stance to stop that and left up God's Willing, but I wanted to scry to ensure the land drop.
Yeah.
And like yeah, it was on top, haha. But like the scry gets me closer, so. I can't block horsemanship.
You are not on a horse.
No, Jaya does not have a horse.
I guess we get to decide which of our cards kills him the best.
Basically. Also, do you have a follow-up? Like a big... Alright, Rakdos Signet. Alright, so it looks like Mizium Mortars is a job.
Okay, so we just kill his board then.
Yeah. So,
Do we just throw Kataki away? Kataki seems like a pretty ideal card to throw away here. Due to just being stinky.
Yeah. Also, you want to kill Sakashima immediately because it has 4 bounce. Like, well, it's delayed bounce, but like I don't want to give it any sort of out. Also, let's go ahead and.
I love Sakashima's art, by the way. They are just having fun.
What do we want to discard? So yeah, Kataki.
Yeah, it does more harm to us than it does to our opponent.
All right, so again, we're in a zone where I'm awaiting for that Gruul ultimatum. Correction, I turned it into incinerate. It was incinerate, okay. I went with the big one.
Yeah, to be mana efficient is why we did it.
That's basically the reason.
Also because Rugged Prairie is kind of awkward.
Sidar. All right, so I'm attacking with Jaya here.
Yeah, do we play Sidar?
Uh,
Or do we play Outpost Siege?
Let's attack first and see what our opponent does.
Yeah, in case we have to spend our trick. Although not much he does actually. His Nephalia Sea Kite fails to function.
I'm gonna go for the siege. I want land.
Yeah, being able to zoom in with Rorix or play Yosei would both be rather good.
All right, is this counters? This is counters for days, right? Counter, bounce, draw, like all of the above. Boy, that Mystic Confluence. Oh, death denied for 2. Oh boy.
Oh.
All right.
You were just about to. She was doing the Wampo on us, so I guess he gets to have his bounce and eat it too.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't care though, because we just attack him with Rorix twice.
I mean, that's kind of the plan, and the reason I want cons on that outpost is so that I can finally find some lands. So, goodbye, Jaya. You're getting bounced again. Again?
You were a fine gray ogre.
Yeah, after that happens. Which is kind of hilarious because it means we can't, like, play...
See, I would have held Sakashima as another copy of
Well, the legend, like you have to
yeah, the
legendary.
legend rule is
It actually
funny.
does. It doesn't. It actually doesn't because of how Sakashima names.
Yeah, Sakashima has a different name.
Anyway, I can Valor stance kill their Jaya, which is probably
If
what
we
I'm
need
doing.
to.
Well, I'm probably going to. Why not?
Well, unless we play Rorix this turn.
With what, our 4 mana plus a land off the top of our deck?
I keep reading Sword of the Chosen as a land because it's brown. Don't judge me.
Okay, yeah. So no, we have 5 mana hopefully, which is Valor Stance plus Jaya. So that's the
I
idea.
got 2 cards this turn. Preferably Outpost Siege flips a land.
Hey, a land. So Jaya Ballard. And then let's remove our opposing Jaya Ballard from play. I love this trick, by the way.
The Wombo, the Dark Iron Dwarf challenge.
I know, it's so good. It's a great trick. All right, so we're still like we're actually up on cards at the moment. The problem is like the mana is a bit of an issue. Like they obviously have this gigantic mana advantage on us.
Yeah, we could just sneak in a win with Rorix though. Or maybe we want to play Yosei next turn to be more. I don't know which one's correct.
We'll find out.
I'm imagining that Sun Si is attacking.
Siege.
Okay.
Well, huh. I just give up the temple.
I if we give up the temple, we could put the mall on Jaya.
And maybe that's our way to murder our
How
opponent?
or we could play Sidar. Can we play Sidar and then like kill Sun Si?
That could work too. So play the temple. That's
If we want to play the temple, or we play Reflecting Pool and attack our opponent for damage. Like, what flavor do you smell here?
I'm gonna go with Sidar, I think.
We are above on cards, so maybe we should try to establish a board position. This also lets us control our outpost siege next turn.
I can go on bottom. Alright, so yeah, let's go Sidar because Sidar actually gives us a lethal threat next turn with Rorix.
Yep. And then we throw Reflecting Pool at the guy.
Yep.
Or do we just hold it up?
I'm gonna hold it up.
Just in case.
Yeah, I could attack for 4. No, I'm gonna hold it up. I want this board under my control. All right.
Do we just want to take 3?
Nah, I'm killing this.
Okay.
Rat. Oh, another horsemanship creature.
Okay. A 1/3 that's going to get tapped when we attack.
Yeah. And the
So,
land at the top.
Do we just counter check again?
So what, like Goto's Maul?
Does that also give us lethal?
7, 8, 9. I mean, if I go Rorix,
4.
that is a counter check for the game.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. Like, do we just go for it, and if he has it, we get delayed a turn?
Sure.
Like, I don't know what Don't let me talk you into bad plays. I'm asking you which is the good play here.
Our opponent has 3 cards in hand they haven't played.
So do we just go for them all? Or Kalleen?
If I go for the Maul and just put it on Sidar, that's 7 attacking, and then Jaya can just be Incinerate twice for game.
It could also work. I would like to have a little bit of mana open so we just can't go all 3 modes on Mystic Confluence again.
That's why I like Goto's Maul, because they... Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for that then. Let's
Because
be sort of safe.
I also have... I could Inferno, too. That was an option, but it wasn't a good one, because my opponent's not at 6.
Yeah.
If my opponent was on 6, yeah, that's an option I would pick, but my opponent wasn't on 6, so... Anyway, I'm asking a heavy question to my opponent, so let's see what...
The hefty question.
Yeah.
And if they want to like counter this and bounce something, then we can play like Kalleen and
Yeah.
have another lethal threat.
Right. Also, to counter it, like, Mystic Confluence has to double up on the mode.
Yeah, that's what I meant, is they wouldn't be able to go hog wild, and we still have a board, we still get to attack.
Negate.
Okay, they still got 5 mana open.
No, they've only got 4 mana open.
But they have 4 lands and our signet.
That's 3.
Oh, is my wizard eyes stopped up again?
It
Okay.
always is.
I don't know what has been. Usually, wizard eyes has been more consistent than this. Whatever.
This might be overkill too, because they might go Wrath. But if they Wrath, I just like Rorik's back at them to kill them. So
Yeah. That was one cool thing about having like Rorix and any other creature in play is you're like their wrath doesn't work all the way.
yeah. All right, so they get their free draw, and now is it Crux of Fate? Like,
Did they draw Crux of Fate off Thieving Magpie?
yeah, this is game 2. Yeah, we are facing the entirety of the 3 kingdoms. Well, actually, I guess it's...
Yeah.
Is it all one
No,
kingdom?
they don't have the barbarian guy.
Yeah.
So not him.
No. We're facing a good chunk of the 3 kingdoms.
We're fighting
Knights
Dahan.
Whisper. They are...
Wow, Knights Whisper.
Gotta dig deep.
Yo.
They're a control deck. They want card advantage, so they're digging for their way out. Which, by the way, is they need to Wrath. That's the actual only card I see that makes them not lose.
Wrath lets them live like another turn.
There's Wrath. All right.
I'm still looking at Kalleen on the stack, by the way. Yeah, they don't have Kong Ming Sleeping Dragon either. Okay, let's see what we get off Outpost Siege.
I'm just gonna play Rorix.
Yeah, seems fine to me.
Like, here's a lethal threat.
Do you have damage? Or do you have removal, like right now? Yes, no.
Yes. Widewind the Biting Gale.
They have a chump.
Wow. All right. That technically keeps them alive.
So what they need to draw Venser.
They are in color for Lubu. Lubu owns.
Lubu is a very hard to block man. He will destroy us.
Lubu! He's come to destroy us! Ah!
He cannot be defeated.
I love Lubu.
Oh, was
Alright.
that a green? Like, Skull, that was a green card.
No.
Oh, okay. The artifacting made that lady look like the fairy look like a green card.
What does my... Tuk? Okay.
Is that what they're splashing red for? Is Tuk?
Tuk. Sure looks like it.
Is he going to jump Tuk?
Rage!
Show me your rage. Can you play Chandra and then ping him and then... That Chandra doesn't have haste.
I'm attacking with Rorik's Bladewing.
Let's see how that goes.
Venser.
See what that
Venser
situation
Shaper
leads to.
Savant. Venser Shaper Savant. That is the card that is going to be played. Is called Venser Shaper Savant.
Then do we play Fuck Yosuke or do we play Chandra family?
I think we play Urza's Rage on our opponent's face and Pia. God, I love this. Anyway, so here's cast at our opponent.
Not cast with kicker, sadly. That would just end the game.
Yeah.
With extreme impromptitude. Get out!
Get
Leave!
out! So go to 1.
Siege Gang Commander, go.
Sometimes, one of these days, I will use my powers for any player other than my opponent, but not today.
Sometimes we summon cards for ourselves. I summoned Soul's Fire last round.
I've summoned a lot of cards too, but I summon cards for my opponent a lot more often, and we know it.
We like Rexafade.
Yeah, well, that was like again, that's the only card that could have saved our opponent, so therefore it was the card they played. Are they? No, there's no way they're Cruel Ultimatuming at me. What are they doing? They're flashing back Forbidden Alchemy. All right.
They're digging. MTGO does support multiplayer, and it's almost, but not quite as bad as Cockatrice multiplayer.
The rules are automatically dealt with, so.
Oh yes,
round
that's
2,
better.
Game 2.
I mean, being able to see cards, they become tiny.
Okay, I literally don't care anymore. My opponent is dead.
Okay, we just throw a Thopter at it. Or attack with Thopters. We do any number of things.
Alright. Sideboard.
Ah.
Still feeling good on Fate's Fetters out. Honestly, I don't think there's a lot I want in.
Me either.
Let's rock it.
Unless you wanted to bring in Bear. Hard to cast Bear to be even more aggressive.
I could bring in Jareth, Leon, and Titan.
We could bring in Jareth, Leon, and Titan as another... I don't know.
I'm not doing any of that, but...
Yeah, we didn't do any of that, so it doesn't matter. Oh, they got rid of 6-player on MTGO.
What? Okay, what?
Right as they were announcing Commander, because playing 6 players in a game of Commander is a really good way to waste everyone's time.
Here's the question: why remove a feature? I'm keeping.
I like this hand, kind of.
Why remove a feature?
Because they don't want us to have fun.
Like, I don't actually know why you would, like, we have a feature in our game. Remove it. Like,
well,
nice.
Don't websites do that all the time? Like when
Nice.
Twitter moved a curve, kind of. We could curve if we wanted to.
I hope our opponent is just sitting here looking at Arcane Denial like, ah, yeah, I got an Arcane Denial Kataki. War's Wage.
Look at him. Look at their Rakdos. Shock.
Shock.
Wow, we got them to spend extremely powerful removal as Shock. And Kira.
Yeah, we saw Kira at the end of the last game.
Which no, but I'm wondering about now. How are they able to target with abilities? I guess it turns Sakashiba into a Necrotal.
No. It doesn't
count. Oh yeah, it makes Sakashiba into a 2/1 or whatever. Or 3-1, I think is what Sakashima
No, no,
actually
no.
is.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't stop that. It doesn't stop that at all.
Because clones follow different rules for
Yeah,
some
clones
reason.
follow all completely different rules. Also, this is getting arcane denial. Our opponent sat there thinking about the arcane denial last, like, when I played the Piker, so they absolutely were going to think about it there. All right, so give me the 2 cards. Yes. Pump it. Danke. Oh.
Oh, well, no, he turns Brian Stoutarm into his regular mode, a 4-mana 4/4 with lifelink.
So dethrone is actually off because my life total's lower.
So I guess we don't play Brian.
I play Brian. What the? Why would I do anything but play Brian here?
Yeah, why would we do anything but play Brian? Also, Brian works great with Soulsfire because he deals the damage.
Mm-hmm. Also, like, Brian's gonna pick up some weaponry next turn and just start walking in.
Like we play Sword, give him +2/+2.
Play
We know.
Zagoto's Maul and equip and attack.
Wait, Kira.
That's opponent's creature. Like, I guess you should read Kira.
I should read. 'Cause I keep thinking Kira does something other than. Okay, I should read Kira. Okay, I thought it is something else. I thought it was. No, that's the black one.
It's the
that
black
makes
one.
everybody into.
Also, I'm getting Mana Ward for a while, so that's fine.
It's fine. It's probably not fine, actually, come to think.
Yeah, but
We just cast Yosei.
uh,
Oh, right, we can just overload Mizium Mortars. I always think that card costs 7 because it's Flame
get the
Strike.
hell out of here. Flame Strike costs 6. Yeah.
Flame Wave costs. How much does Flame Wave
Flame
cost?
Wave is 7. Red, 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 red.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, so I'm gonna play Brian here. I have 3 up so that the arcane, the like hyper, the confluence has to work way too hard for it. Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
Traumatic Visions, they had it. We just get down Godo Mall then?
Yeah, we'll get down the cheaper card. Also,
Maybe
now
next.
opponents on one card left.
Ah.
Rakdos Signet is one of those cards. Okay.
They drew land.
Ooh, I like this better.
Yeah, that actually gets the trample. Also, it leaves some mana up. Do we play Sword of the Chosen?
Yeah, I'm gonna play Sword of the Chosen. And equip.
And equip, yeah. Okay, we do. If we are going to win, we kind of have to win fast. But looking at the burn in our hand, that's probably doable.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we're okay with that because I could literally kill my opponent like next turn almost.
Nearly.
It's close. The real reason I played this is because I wanted to play around Cruel Ultimatum.
That card our opponent does not have. I'm gonna keep saying that until it happens.
I know.
See, that's what I do. I laugh at the abyss because I don't believe in it.
Okay, sure.
You're gonna play a dragon now.
Yeah, no cards left in hand.
Sweet, we even get to equip.
Yeah. So this is a 10 power dragon, so it is lethal next turn.
Lethal next turn due to the
Dragon
first
fire.
right of Yosuke's first first right.
This is really good because we get to murder our opponent with like a dragon
One shot.
Like I love dragon power being the way we win. Okay, we still win.
Yeah.
So check this out. It's dumb, but check this out. All right, first things first. Oh damn! I guess I'm gonna use Urza's Rage for it instead of the beacon.
What's better?
Doesn't matter. They're dead.
Yeah. Murder opponent.
Let's go ahead and show the rage off because they don't have the mana to recast.
Show me your rage.
Also, they have pay 1 life. Also, I could kill it in response with another burn spell, but I'm not going to.
We don't need to.
Also, it had trample, so I didn't need to do that at all. Basically, everything I'm doing here is superfluous. All right, so let's go ahead and show our opponent the power of Dragon Fire. So 1 punch.
One Punch Man. There is probably an episode of One Punch Man out that I haven't seen yet. It's been like a week.
One Punch. I
One
love.
Punch!
That's quite good. Thank you.
Yeah, also, yeah, they don't have trample. That is a white creature, my friend.
Okay, that's whatever.
Goto's Maul is kind of weird.
I I don't care. I'm fine with
You've
this.
secretly played correctly. It's okay.
I was gonna do that regardless, so I'm good. I'm good here.
One Punch.
One Punch. Anyway, let's move on to the final round.
Sex cool. We went with burn spells, did you know? Because Rorg's Blade Wing is basically a burn spell. And so is we have One Punch, we have Urza's Rage,
Yeah.
we have Fireball,
Look, our burn is pretty strong.
but we don't have a Lightning Bolt. Oh well.
It's who's first, right?
Yeah, that's called tapping Hitsugyu.
Yeah.
One Punch Man is usually really good.
Yeah.
There's only one part of it I don't like, but I will go into that later.
Okay. I'm happy we get to just. I like how we've done that twice now.
What? Talking about One Punch Man?
Oh no. The Soul's Fire kills.
Oh yeah, Soulfire kills. Yeah.
Yeah. Soul's Fire is just absolutely doing doing so much work. That was 3 mana for 10 damage.
That's much fewer mana than Urza's Rage's 10 damage.
And also 1 fewer than the second right.
That is true. But he doesn't have the bowl like second right has.
No, he does
That's
not.
my favorite part of the Hinatsugu's second right is freaking bowl. He's like, here, drink this, drink of the blood of iron and wine.
Sue.
Yeah, Sue is a weird sound.
Yo, we're rocking, we're rolling. Let's walk all over our.
We got one drops, man.
Keep. How do you like aggression? I'm here for.
How do you like
aggression?
We have something to do on turn 3 if we don't draw land, and it's called play Sword of the Chosen. Or do we play Sword of the Chosen on turn 2 to attack for 4?
We play it on 2 to attack for 4. Yes.
Oh, JoJo's is going to be great when it comes out. Everybody gets to see my favorite JoJo.
Anyway, Zurgo attacking for 4.
Ah, that is over half what other Zurgo can attack for.
Oh God.
What a Monodork! What?
I am in hell now because that's gonna be infinite goddamn mana next turn. That's
play
bad.
recent attack.
Yeah. That's what we call in the business bad.
Okay, if you can just keep
8
drawing
mana.
some. God, don't do anything.
Nothing. And pass turn. Whew, okay.
Okay, removal. I feel much better.
Yeah, it can't kill Rafellos, but it can kill whatever comes out.
Yeah, under no mode can it kill Rafellos. Are you thinking about holding it up? I don't think it's worth doing. Anything he casts dies to it. Okay.
Our opponent doesn't have anything. They have 8 mana and nothing. 8 mana.
Silvos is nothing. 8 mana and nothing.
Target creature. Target creature.
Long live the sword. The sword is dead.
Rip from main deck naturalize. Rafellos in! Oh boy!
Hiker comes in. Okay, so our opponent can't have Silvos Rogue Elemental. They can't have Verdaloth the Ancient. We get Brian Stout Arm.
Which is a fling, which should just be enough.
He's also just like a 4-power dude.
I would say our opponent does go to 4 here.
Yeah,
I think our opponent's off color if I had to choose.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Up!
I think it.
Confirmed.
Ah, a slow land too.
They just flip the table and leave. Damn.
Man.
I love the flip the table.
One day
and
I'll
leave.
figure out why the flip table thing. Does it happen because they're looking at a different zone when they concede?
I don't know. I don't know what makes the flip table leave happen. Anyway, we only know like 2 things about our opponent, and that makes me kind of want Urza's Rage, but also like Fate's Fetters is probably fine for dealing with the big shit they ramp into. So,
Urza's Rage kills Rofalos.
well, so does
Uh,
Fate's Fetters, but
Faith Fetters is better at dealing with whatever Rofalos casts.
I'm.
Because
You're right. I'm
you
gonna
could also
rock
bring
it.
in Icing Needle, except that doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Because it's not Phyrexian Revoker.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm very happy about the here's my second color part of that one, but you know. This is a lot slower, but I'm keeping because it's still
We get to
fun.
lead with a Scry.
Yeah.
Also, we can maybe Kaz can do something ever. Hey, that card I considered picking.
Dude, our opponents weren't. Damn it.
Well, were you gonna Scry that away?
Do I want Fate's Fetters?
That is pretty primo removal.
I'm gonna keep Fate's Fetters. This might be bad just because I sort of need the land, but I also like.
Fate's Fetters will help us. This is an impossible choice, and we know it.
I know.
Our opponent has the Bad River.
That it is. That it
Bad
is.
River's. Bad River's my favorite bad fetch because it's right in the name.
The Bad River. I wish they were all named that. Like, there's Bad River.
Bad Thicket.
Yeah.
Bad Orange.
Yeah. Bad
Bad
Valley.
Boys.
Whoa,
Bug.
Coalition Relic spotted.
Okay, we have another target for Faith's Fetters.
So they have ramp. They have a lot of ramp. This is turn 4, and they have 7 mana available, so that's nice. And
Well,
they're
if
gonna
they had
make use of it.
play, they would have
Oh!
We might be in Eldrazi town,
Yeah,
as it turns out.
That's what Fate's Fetters is for, right? Alright, Brian.
Come on, Brian.
We need you.
We need you to eat Ulamog's destruction thing so he doesn't blow up a land so he can kill Ulamog.
So luckily, it's when you tap a permanent for mana, so he doesn't get double off of the charge from Relic, but also that lets them cast like odd mana spells. Also, they have
What if he casts Phage the Untouchable?
we play Fate's Fetters on it.
I know, but I want him to because that would be great. I'm also liking Kaz in this matchup for some reason.
In this board position, it doesn't matter too much when they have literally all the mana.
I know, but I like Kaz. Yeah,
Same.
I like Kaz.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
Time of need.
All right, what is the most buster creature in the world? They're gonna ring the bell.
Cool.
Ring the
It would be
bell.
cool.
Arcanus the Omnipotent.
Well, he can't bounce Arcanus, can he?
Yeah, he can.
Oh, right, because... Wait, Arcanus costs 4 to bounce.
Yeah, Coalition Relic taps for double. Whenever you tap a permanent for mana.
Yeah,
and the Hell Vault.
Yeah, but Coalition Relic taps for 2 mana.
No. When I answered your question, they had a single forest on tap.
Okay, I didn't see the. Anyway, yeah. Now we just kill. We fetter the fate of one Arcanus the Omnipotent.
Yeah, and we get to play Risk the Redeemed. Yeah, so the Hell Vault. Now that they have Mana Reflection Hell Vault, it's that's bad, and I don't know how to answer that.
Okay, here's a question.
I don't know.
Do we just Faith's Fetters the Hell Vault and allow him to draw 3 cards a turn? both seem like unwinnable situations, I realize.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking too. So here's the problem with Hell Vault. What in the hell in our deck answers Hell Vault?
It's in our hand.
I know.
Valorous Stance could ever kill Arcanus, but probably
Mm,
won't.
this is the only time where Arcanus is killable. Hey, buddy, make a bad play. All right, I'm going to. Well, if he fetters Arcanus, he puts Arcanus in the vault, but he doesn't have a way to bust the vault.
Yeah. But which bus can we win under? Him having card advantage or him having a doom button? Also, he does have a way to bust a vault. He plays naturalized. Oh my god.
Shit, that's good.
Yeah, Logical's got it.
Yeah, Logical's right on money.
I
F it.
think we.
If we're winning, we can't have him just have this button, right?
Yeah, we have to assume he's going to draw whiffs.
Yeah, all your draws are blank for the rest of the game. Enjoy your 12 lands for the next 4 turns.
This is how we win.
Oh, like,
We have another way to win. Is Brian stays in play an extra turn. He has to whiff next turn. Souls fire off the top.
that'd be
That
nice.
would win us the game.
Well, hell,
Although he can bounce Arcanus, which is
all right. Arcanus is draw. All right, up to 6 cards in hand, and here's a billion mana, and here's an Eldrazi. Is it Gruul?
I hope it is.
Boom shakalaka!
Take an extra turn after this one. I believe this game is over.
All right. So, Gruul. All right. That's pretty good on like turn 6. It's fine. It's okay.
Well, at least that is Mana Reflection and not the other one.
All right. So, yeah, that was how we win. Obnix. All right. That's fine. All right. Landfall. Ah, Manamo. You can untap Gruul as a blocker. You say. They can also untap Arcanus.
They can also untap Arcanus to draw more cards. Our opponent's deck is sort of good.
Hey, Thran Dynamo. I've got bad news about our opponent's deck. It's incredible. Like, shit. Alright, explore. Alright, that's fine. You can play another land for Obnix. That's pretty cool. Temple of the False God, which taps for 4 mana. Alright. That's good. That's sweet. That's pretty good. That's, like, decent. That might get you there.
Here's the question, though. Is he going to untap Arcanus to draw 3 more cards? He has a blue floating.
Oh, naturalized to get rid of the Fate's Fetters on the Hell Vault. Not the Hell Vault itself, but the Fate's Fetters. And then, oh, they tap this for freaking 1 billion mana, and the Thran Dynamo for 1 billion mana.
Okay.
Alright. This is good. Alright, so we're going to take a hit.
I have a feeling we are going to take at least 15 damage.
Into the Royal. Alright, so now we have 6 permanents exactly. Alright, let's go ahead and sack some permanents, and then we're going to get a turn after this, so that's fine. Alright, yep. Take the hit. And I guess if they want to untap Gruul or maybe draw 3 cards, they can do that. Yes, alright, this is good. So pass.
Imracool.
Omega showed up and just knocked us all out of the fight.
See, he should not have been able to summon Exodia. He doesn't have all the Hondas.
All right, so sideboard pieces.
He killed us for Exaxes.
Yeah.
You jerk. Um, do we want to bring in Python Needle?
Like Python Needle for like Arcanus.
Or even like Hell Vault, right? Is it
Yeah, that's
permanent or
yeah,
creature?
that's an answer to it. Okay, that's fine. So
Did
Python
what do we
Needle.
bring out like Mizium Warders or
Soulfire goes to the dome.
Soulfire goes to the dome. Uh, Soulfire is worse in a creature light deck, but could also just murder our opponent. I don't know.
Let's rock it. Yes, I'd like to play first.
There was also Jareth, I guess, but whatever.
We didn't get
We're
the
not
6
winning.
mana last game, and we're not getting the 6 mana this game either.
This is a mulligan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This one looks like a mulligan as well.
Kept 7 cards, you say. Let's win with double strike and drawing mountains and then Sword of the Chosen, and that's all we need.
That's basically fine. We just play we play her and she just does the job.
She just wins the game for us, like always.
Hey, Zergo, you're on time,
unplayable.
but we got a problem.
Well, he wasn't even on time.
Sort of on time.
He was a day late and a dollar short.
Yeah.
The dollar being a mountain.
There's a high possibility
Rofelos?
of time of need for Rofelos.
For Rofelos, yeah.
Rofelos. Oh, yep. All right, let's pass. Okay. Here's Rofelos. All right. And Demir Aqueduct. Okay, I was gonna say like they're off color and stuff, but you know. All right, so let's go ahead and play Zergo as cast. It's fine. It's fine. Let's keep moving on. So they've got 6 mana. Probably not going to do anything really busted with it, except for, you know, like mana flexion. And,
Yeah, you were saying.
And then we attack with Zergo for 2 damage, and we're probably still in this game, because we have a life total advantage, right? So
We do have the life total. That is important in the game of Magic the Gathering.
So this
We
is
also...
8, 12. If he plays a forest, he can Emrakul at me.
Yeah? He didn't, so he's not going to. Instead, he's going to play... He can't even play Arcanus.
Yeah, triple blue. I got God's Willing. I can't lose.
I have a negative feeling that our opponent is actually... I was calling him a jerk as a joke. Our opponent might actually be a jerk.
I don't care. So this taps for 8, and then another 4. So 8, okay, 8 mana. That's good. We're probably fine. All right, 12 mana. Basically okay. Oh, okay, 14 mana. That's not Emrakul.
That is indeed not
Fireball.
Emrakul. He's
Fireball
going
at
to...
me. Fireball. 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 Fireball.
I'm growing less enchanted with you by the moment, Plecto88.
Coalition Relic. Does that allow them to cast Arcanus?
Watch him
Staff.
dump his hand in that. Okay, staff
right.
domination.
Alright, so that's... Oh. Is that an infinite? Why didn't they take the infinite? Why didn't you take the infinite mana?
Let's draw a land and...
Please take your infinite mana. This tap for 8.
Let's draw a land and own our opponent.
Probably should have God's Willing for a scry. Yep. Alright, so we get to attack.
Well, our opponent doesn't know about the trick, so
I'm going to inform them.
your mountain's in play.
I was just say you've got literal infinite at me. All right, we got risks. That's good. We have a bit of a board now. We have board advantage. I have a
We have
slightly.
a board advantage currently, yes. I believe we will hold that board advantage because our opponent is holding 5 planes upon drawing. Or 4 planes, I guess.
I actually handed them the game there, and I don't. I like. Here's a trick with them having infinite mana. They draw infinite cards.
Yeah.
Also, they're holding Gruul. Or something even bigger.
There's nothing bigger than Immercool, at least not in the
Oh, please.
cube.
No, 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 no.
Draco isn't around.
Please play, Primeval Bounty. Okay. I wanted them to play Maga Traitor to Mortals and just murder me with that.
What, the actual fireball?
Yeah, the black, black, black X fireball. There we go.
Yeah. Ah, he gets beasts.
Yeah, that was he played the Primeval Bounty, so that they got a beast. That's good. That's a good combo. You see, that way when you get your 15/15, you get a 3/3 with it.
The 18 power and toughness for the mere 21 mana.
All right, explore. That's fine. Oh, and then right. So Gruul gets bigger. See, look at that combo. That's.
Oh, okay. That was a misplay. Our opponent clearly should have diversified their threats.
That's true. In case I answer Gruul with.
In case we answer Immercool by having 6 permanents to sacrifice and then top decking Wrath of God.
Okay, all right. They get the scry and gain 3 life. 1 pound.
Oh, that's what they're doing. They're trying to kill us with Immercool.
Yeah,
you stinker.
They're going for it.
Now here's what I want. Your opponent is disconnected. The truck hits his house, and his computer dies. And he looks at his infinite mana and says, I can buy anything I want, except happiness. And then as he's walking out of his room, he steps on his glasses and realizes, I had all the time in the world.
Yep.
I had all the time in the world. It isn't fair.
I'm going to let them enjoy this.
More beasts. He's trying to look for another non-creature spell, which he'll be able to do due to Staff of Domination drawing.
Staff of Domination might actually draw infinite cards, and by might actually, I mean, did you I mentioned the first time we saw Staff of Domination that there were infinites with it, but we never got to a point where we could demonstrate it. So I'm actually quite happy that not only does our opponent have an obscene deck that basically we only won in game 1 because they were off color. But
yeah, Rofilos came around each time and decided to be Rofilos. Llanowar, what's his full title? Empath? Not Empath. Llanowar Empath is a different guy.
Hold on. That's not happening. We have a response. Nice try. You thought that you could kill my creatures. You cannot. Nah.
See, he should have picked up Fast Bond.
Yes.
It's also kind of funny that Fast Bond isn't actually in the cube, because that's like a goofy ass spell.
And here it comes. 21.
Is there actually a Fast Bond combo in the cube you can think of?
I don't think the rest of it in the cube, the rest of the Fast Bond combo. So anyway,
well, there are many Fast Bond combos.
Yeah, I know. Is Fast Bond in here?
I don't think so. I would think this would be a cube for it to be in.
Good old -1 Urza's Rage. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up those packs.
I'll get the material ready for everyone.
Can you pass me the material? I don't have it on the speed dial.
You probably should just download it at this point.
I know, it's not on speed dial. I'm sorry.
I have to find copy public link, and everybody gets openpack.wave.
Alright, open one of these. And we get jeez, loyal retainers, okay. So
Loyal retainer.
I don't know what the cost of loyal retainers is on MTGO, but this was a card that was worth multiple hundreds of dollars in real life because it was a Portal 3 Kingdoms card that was used in a legacy deck. Because you used it as a 3-mana return target like Iona or whatever into play. That worked with recurring Nightmare and was tutorable by other cards. And
such as Imperial Recruiter. Another $100 card for Legacy.
Yeah, and we got Hull Breach and a couple others, and let's go ahead and open up the second.
Oh, you opened a common. Viscera Seer.
Yeah. Ah, hey. Nahiri.
Oh, the Stone Witch.
Yeah, she pulls coolers out of hedrons.
Retainers is still $50 in real life.
And is looking for Retainers was in a Commander product that I was.
Yeah, they reprinted a lot of. They've been printing a lot of Portal cards in Commander because they're popular Commander cards and yet cost many dollars.
Yeah, she can be your commander.
She's also a core, and I hate Zendikar core because they don't look like weird salt blasted spaghetti monsters.
But yeah, she can basically pull anything out of rocks, like a sword or
a batter skull,
or a dais or a chair.
But she can't pull a Elbrus the Binding Blade, though, in most circumstances.
Nah. Anyway, that's that, and then the rest of this known quantities: Rancor, Warren, Power Stone. But yeah, so that was a pretty hella sweet hella sweet cube because we got to absolutely get demolished by an opponent who had the most.
We got to teach our opponent a trick.
I love that. I'm very happy that I was able to teach my opponent a trick.
My favorite version of that is when you teach people how Mishra's factory works.
Mm-hmm. We didn't get to demonstrate it, but we did get to let them know, hey, you had a trick.
So, we had a deadly trick.
So anyway, the Boros deck seems to perform well in this format. Just as
it seems to. Unreasonable 4-drop stat deck is pretty okay.
And having cards to go over the top is also pretty great.
Did Soulsfire win us both rounds we were in previously?
Yes, it won game 3 of both rounds. Yeah.
We got to steal. That's what it was. We were playing Hearthstone. We were playing Secret Damage.
So that's the end though. So so what do you think? Do you think you're gonna do one of these, or are you still on the fence?
I think I've decided not to.
Okay.
I feel dispassionate about it. Okay. Or not dispassionate.
Well, I still have
disinterested. Yeah. I believe is the word.
I still have 200 play points, so if you're interested in joining for them, we'll be doing more.
Yeah.
Anyway,
or maybe we could get Kaz in for
stuff. we can probably rope Kaz in for stuff. I'd like to do that too. Anyway, thanks for joining, everybody. Thanks for joining Gnome for the draft. Thanks for joining the Soulsfire.
Magician's Red.
Yeah, we literally show Magician's Red to our opponent and they explode. So have a good night, everybody.
I am.